like a heat wave.
Well, that's good though. It's good that we're getting that heat because all the snow in my backyard has to melt before the
Before the extraction can happen.
before the dog poo crew
The bug poo
comes.
crew.
Dog poo crew, baby. You can Google them. They got a
I've heard
website.
of it.
They got a website and everything. I mean, they're like a local company here in town. So I mean, it's a pretty good name. What a crumb job, though. Can you imagine? That's your job.
No, I cannot imagine that job.
I can't imagine. Anyway, here we go. The weekly Alaboom. It is uh the 19th of March in the year of our Lord 2025. This is the weekly Alaboom, the longest running weekly video podcast on YouTube. Where we talk about games and life and what have you. So, and here we go. Normally we start at 9 o'clock. We started a little bit late tonight. Scott Demers said he'd be in later.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Have
Haven't
you heard of
talked to
this
him.
book, Missile Commander?
I have not. What is that?
So one player, three fire buttons, one trackball, a world that needs saving, one coin at a time.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, there's a guy I watch on YouTube that's like into 80s, and he said this is like an 80s, you know, what? It's a book about the 80s, basically. It says a journey to the top of an arcade classic. Missile Commander is a memoir of one player's 40-year journey with Atari's legendary arcade title, Missile Command, which takes him from a rundown cafe as a teenager, weighed down with fears of nuclear Armageddon, to finally being crowned the best player in the world by Guinness World Records. Along the way, he encounters game-changing bugs, paranoid rivals, private detectives, endless controversy, and finally a meeting with the very man who created the game. Read
Is
Michelle.
that
That's
is that
Michelle.
Lincoln or is that Michelle? Hi, Michelle.
Michelle.
Hello.
Are you taking care of my guy?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we went to the mall tonight.
Yeah.
Remember the mall?
I remember the mall.
Love them all.
The mall in Dallas is awesome, actually. It's a really good
Oh,
mall.
you should show them some of those pictures.
I didn't take that many pictures of those things.
You have some, right?
I didn't take any. No,
Of
I
the
did not.
flowers?
I didn't take any pictures of those.
This guy, you're never taking pictures of stuff when we go out and do stuff.
I got two pictures. Well, she was taking pictures. Michelle was taking
It's fine with it.
Well, I'll post some pictures of the flowers.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, basically there was like a art show with flowers. It's cool.
That sounds amazing.
Like
That's cool.
each there was probably like
Yeah,
20
it was like life-size kind of mannequins dressed up in flowers.
inspired by art in Dallas museum.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Pretty neat. Yeah.
They were cool.
All right.
Some of the artists were there. It was like opening night.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were talking to Lincoln or Nikki, but no, it was your lovely wife.
Oh, yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Um.
So let me finish this and then I'll be.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Read the story of how this iconic game was developed from initial concept through to its domination of the arcades in the early 80s through the eyes of the team at Atari who made it happen. Released on the 40th anniversary of the game's release, Missile Commander is filled with many unseen pictures and previously unreleased detail about this arcade classic. This was a game that would haunt its programmer and the people who played it, setting the scene for what is now a multi-billion-dollar industry.
So I'll have to pick that up. That seems like a very interesting book.
When the guy talked about it, he's like an 80s synth guy. His name is Espen Kraft. I think that's probably not a real name, but he's just an 80s like he's just all 80s. His music is 80s inspired. It's synthwave, fun stuff like that.
We got Kip here. We got Paul here. We got Kabuki Kid watching. So thanks, Rich. Hey, I was going to challenge. I'm going to say this a few times. I'm going to challenge any and all Alaboomers because we get like couple hundred views of this all the time, sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but we tend to get like a fair number. But nobody ever comments on the video after the fact. It's really rare. So I'm challenging everybody to like post a comment after. Like when the stream is done and it goes to the channel, I'm challenging everybody to just go in there say something. But anyway, um,
Can I say something cryptic and confusing? I think that might get people to say more.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I'm serious. Like when you say weird stuff in the comments, people will like correct you. Like I'm sure you've had it happen a lot. I'm just saying if I posted something weird.
Yeah, when people say, how's your chopping down the trees stuff going there, Forrest?"
Dude, that was so fun. Actually, the cops came and visited me today. That was walking out of the woods carrying a rake and a machete, and all of a sudden my dog starts going.
That's not weird at all.
Going ballistic. Well, I was cutting weeds and raking leaves. Like, like what else am I gonna use?
Hey, it's time for just a quick second here. These woods that you're in, are they like they got to be like public ground or something, right?
It's a conservation club, and since I'm a member, I'm totally allowed to be back there. Like I've talked to the president, and like he's cool with me being back here and like taking care of stuff. Like I have every legal right to be back there. Like it wasn't an issue at all. Like
all right, fair enough.
Yeah, like immediately, it was actually one of my neighbors from like 3 doors down who just like drives through in the winter because we have a lot of burglaries and whatnot, and he didn't recognize my truck. And like as soon as I walked up, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for wasting your time, guys." But my dog went ballistic when the cops came back in the woods because we were smack dab in the heart of the woods. Like we were not expecting anybody. But yeah, like it's awesome. My grandma's gonna turn 89, I think, in April. And she just was talking to me this week because I brought my daughter up to the trail to like just hang out and just go up to the camper. And she's like, "Yeah, I want to see that trail you've been working on for a couple of years before I can't walk anymore." I was like, "Oh, okay, well let's bust some ass on that." So I spent like 6 hours today raking and just clearing up all the weeds that you might trip on for like 15 to 20% of the trail. So it's going to be like 3, 4, 5 more days of like that. But like the whole trail is like done. And now it's just, I get the cool part of like, all right, now I'm actually working on this disc golf course that was just an idea in my head. And like today I completed it. It's just, I got to assemble the disc golf thing I ordered from China. And like, oh yeah, this is the perfect tree for like hanging up this rope tire swing. As I got all the stuff in my garage, I just need to put it in the back of my truck. And one day when I'm out here, just hang it up. It's like, it's really starting to come together. Pretty excited. Plus the pumpkin patch.
So tell us about the police officers wanting to know what the hell you're doing back there.
Oh, they were just making sure that there wasn't some random Well, the conservation club is right next to like a really, really, really small town, like 300 people ish. And so they just want to make sure there's nobody out there like, growing stuff or like teenagers like screwing around back. Plus I parked my truck like in a weird spot because I was hauling stuff from my truck. I'm going to haul a bunch of rocks back there to like make the floor and make a fireplace in this little hobbit hole I'm working on. So yeah, they were just mostly just wondering what the truck was back there. But yeah, it went well. And now he's like, "Yeah, I've got it noted in here that we see your truck back here. It won't be a big deal, blah, blah, blah." But yeah, other than that, it was great. I went with just my dog today. My daughter was with my mother-in-law, and he loves it out there, and I love it out there. And slowly but surely, my kids are starting to love it more and more out there because there's more stuff to do.
Yeah.
We got a slingshot area. I got the stuff on Amazon, like this wood chipping thing where it's like you can chip wood and like learn how to whittle. And I got this perfect tree I cleared up back there that's like dead-ish, like it's about to die, but like it's great for carving on. And yeah, I got a janitor's closet out there where it's like this tote that I just dug a giant hole and I like just put stuff in the tote and I covered it with a garbage bag so it was black on top. I tried to spray paint it and I put a bunch of sticks on top, make it look like a big branch of weeds. So I got like, yeah, it's coming together, man. It's coming together. Love it. Love the bushcraft lifestyle. I never thought I'd get into it, but I love it.
You're weird.
Dude, it's fun. Dude, I exercised for like 6 hours today and I didn't think twice about it. I was just raking and chopping and messing with my dog, and yeah, I just zone out. Plus the Adderall helps. Adderall helps a lot. I just see exactly what I need to do. Yeah. You ever think about building something in the woods? You got a chunk of woods. It's really fun. It's really rewarding.
I'll look into that. I have a grievance. I have a grievance that's a continuation from a previous grievance. There's an addendum.
Is it the car? Is it the car grievance?
It is exactly the
Yeah.
car grievance.
Did you
So
tussle with the cop?
What?
the one where I dealt with the police officer, yes. So the other day I was going to go pick up my son. And I haven't seen that same, because I remember I was like remember when I looked at that guy's car, it had like a license plate that, like, it was an unmarked police car, it was like one of those things where it had the government plate, but it was subterfuge, if you will. So, and I just kind of remember it was like this kind of black SUV type of thing, whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I was just sitting in my pickup, waiting for my son to come out. It was like, about 10 to 4. He'd be out in a little bit. And like when I pulled in, I mean, now, like the last couple of times, I've just been kind of wary, I mean, I look around. Well, I just don't want the guy to come over
Yeah, I
and
get it completely.
hassle.
Yeah.
But I was spending some time, and I was looking around. Hey, there's Scott Demers.
Yes.
Scott
Demers.
Yes. No. Hey. So just so you know the frame of reference here, just so you know, like, were you here when I gave my grievance about having
I don't think it was.
the police officer hassle me at my son's school?
No, but
I mean,
Nope.
long story short, I was parked in a visitor parking. This guy came over and knocked on my window and told me that I had to move, and I was just like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, you can't pick up your kids over here." And I said, "There's like all these other people over here picking up." He's like, "You worry about you, buddy." And then
Right.
I was gonna actually like get out of the car and tell him what I thought of him, and then I realized he had like a badge and a gun, and so I just said, "I'll move." I was like, "You got it, buddy. I'll move."
I don't believe you are faster than a speeding bullet,
Well,
but
no,
I am,
and
I am pretty sure you're smarter than a speeding bullet.
yeah, I getting pistol whipped outside my son's school was not on my not on my on my
You gotta
daughter.
make sure he's
That's not-
walking out though,
not
so
on
at
your
least you can
bucket
get
list.
a picture.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
You had that on
um,
their bingo card. Lance Meister pistol whipped at his son's school. I was like,
But anyway, so
bingo.
but I remembered the car that the guy was in. It was like an unmarked police car and stuff like that. And I was just like, why was he hassling me? I was like, what was this guy's freaking problem? I was kind of annoyed by it. So anyway, so now, like, when I've gone to pick up my son, I've just kind of, I mean, I still go to the same place because I was figuring, well, like, because I called the school and I asked, and they're like, yeah, you can pick up your kids over there. It's no big deal. And I was like, all right, whatever. So if I get hassled by this guy again, I'm just gonna tell him, well, you know what, the school said I could be here, so blow it out your ass. But then I was, I just, which that man pistol whipped at school for telling cop to blow it out his ass. But
Yep.
anyway.
You gotta say
No.
blowing out your ass a nice way.
Yeah. Anyway, so no, I was sitting there and I was just kind of like I was listening to the radio and listening to sports radio, and I see the car. I see the same police car pull in, and I was like, oh Jesus, I just don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with him. And then he kind of pulls in front of my car. And I was like, okay, and he isn't looking. I was like, is he gonna look at me and recognize me? Because that's something that happens. Because people think, I get talked to people that think they know me. When they're, hey, how you doing, buddy? And like, because apparently I have doppelgangers everywhere. But anyway, so then he like pulled in, and all of a sudden, like, he did the weird, like, he pulled straight forward, and then he did the back in to a parking spot that was like 2 spaces to my left. And I was just kind of like, Jesus, is he going to get out of the car and like come over here to talk to me? And I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, and I was thinking about moving my car, just leaving. But I was just like, but then I didn't see, he didn't get out, and he didn't get out, and he didn't get out, and he didn't get out. And I was just kind of like, all right, well, whatever. Maybe he's just, looking around, or he's got something else to do. And then I hear the boom, boom, and the kids start pouring out of the school. And I'm sitting there waiting. And I see some 12, 13-year-old girl come over, walk in, get into the car, and they drive away. He was there picking up his kid.
You
And I
took
was
his
just
spot,
like-
dude. What's your
Oh, wow.
deal?
And
That's
I realized
exactly
now
what
I
it is.
probably had taken his spot. And he just told me, I was like, you motherfucker.
Mothers.
That feels like the kind of
Other
thing that
scratcher.
somebody could get fired for, that they would just hold a vendetta against you for a long time. Like,
I was just like,
that's so dumb.
you piece of shit.
Because did you say there were a bunch of other spots around he could have parked?
Oh yeah, tons. But
Yeah,
but
like
I had like the good
His
spot
spot.
right in front. You know, just like
What an asshole.
That's
I was like,
wonderful, by the way.
Wait. Was he wasn't handicapped or anything, like he could walk, correct? Like he looked
Well,
like,
yeah. He,
no, there's extenuating circumstances. Like you tell me he's in a wheelchair, I'd be like, okay, you're an asshole. Like you give him the middle spot.
Oh no, he was ambulatory because the first time he got out of the car, and banged on my window and told me that I had to move. So
Like when you say that, that makes me wonder, like, where if you just abuse your power that flippantly in that situation, what other situations are you doing that? Like, I don't want to think that, but it's like if you feel comfortable just like bullying somebody out of your fucking parking spot just based on your authority, like what else? Man,
How do you think I pushed my way onto this call when none of you wanted me? Have you considered that? I have no
But
leverage. So.
that's my kind of grievance or whatever.
That's a full blown grievance. That's so.
Well, but I mean,
crappy.
you can't fight City Hall, as they say. So you just say, well, that sucks, and
I feel like that was a great opportunity to knock on his window and be like, "Hey, you can't pick up your kids here, man."
I'm sure that would go over great.
Well, no, you have to do it the nice way and be like, I'm sure you heard from him first, but yeah, I just found out you can park anywhere here and pick up your kids. But it looks like you heard it. Have a great one. Like, I feel like I couldn't resist being an asshole of some sort of way.
Yeah. So, hey, we got to 376,000 on the old Champions of Midgard 10th anniversary. If you haven't backed it,
what did you get? What are you at?
376,000. So Champions of Midgard 10th anniversary. Got a week or so left.
I like your new image better than the one you had when you launched.
Yeah, please go. Hey, go back it. Support me by supporting my company. And if you've already backed it, thank you. Please back it again. So
I have a question from you, like behind the scenes, like was that a discussion you had? Like we're going to keep this image for a certain number of days, then we're going to pivot over. Was that just a thing where like, all right, we're just going to pivot over now because of like what made you decide to switch your main image? Like as a company, just out of curiosity.
Just like one of our graphic artists was like, "Hey, I worked on this last night and I made this," and we were like, "Well, that looks way better, so let's just use that."
Okay, yeah, it definitely totally does. I think especially, yeah, you don't know what Champions is, like an idiot.
There wasn't any big whatever, what have you. It was one of those like Gray Fox Games, as my boss will say, has a time-honored tradition on tripping over our own D constantly. So, I mean, so, we just, I remember it was like, some ad copy went out, and there was something in the ad copy like 2 or 3 days ago that came out that was just like, it just sounded bad, like for lack of a better way to put it. Just the way it sounded basically made it sound like we had even that we had like no clue what we were doing. And I'm not going to go too far into it. And then I mean, everybody was like, "How did this happen? Who approved this?" Because we're like using a company to do it. And then like somebody was like, I read it. It sounded fine when I read it, but honestly, I was like, now looking at it, I realized that it kind of gives the wrong impression. And then Shane just said, "Well, we always have one update or message we send out that makes us sound stupid, so we finally had it happen." It's just just
people appreciate it better than not dealing with it. I mean,
yeah,
there's not many choices you got.
You just shrug and say, "Get them next time."
Has anybody tried this new Soccer Fever Catan scenario? I decided to cover a newer, hottish game, and I'm hoping this one's good. I think it just came out late last
I
year.
haven't the slightest clue.
I hadn't even heard of it.
what
It
you're
adds
talking about.
dexterity. You actually have to physically like flip, like try and flick it into a soccer goal. Like I'm
Really?
yeah. Been on a Catan fix with my kids lately. We played 3 times over the last week, just slowly adding in some of the expansions and whatnot I have from a math trade. And man, I forgot how much I love this game when you're not playing at a stupid high player count and everybody knows what they're doing. Yeah, I'll let you know how it is hopefully next week. Because it looks cool.
Or what my mother was part of a game, like a group of women that got together to play games occasionally, and she said, I went and played this game Catan. I didn't understand it at all. She didn't have fun playing it at all. I think my mom's listening right now, so hi, Mom. But
I feel like that was a bad teacher then.
yeah, like somebody who knew how to play and then they didn't.
Catan's not that simple.
I think if you teach, I just taught. Well, here's my baseline. I've taught it to a lot of kids in my a lot. I've taught it probably to 10 kids in my life between the ages of 7 and 12, and I don't think it's terribly difficult as long as you do it step by step. And it's like, all right, here's the first thing. You just roll these dice, and everything produces for everybody. So you always got to be paying attention. And then you can trade if you want. Only the person whose turn it is able to trade. You can't be offered trades all willy nilly. And here's this little, here's the list of things you can buy with the resources. Yeah, I feel like, especially vanilla Catan.
The way you say it, it's very easy, but it's not really that easy of a game. I've had challenging moments teaching it. I mean, because there's people that want to know all the rules.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
right? There's more rules than that.
Well, they're the worst. Those
Not that big.
wanting
I mean,
to know all
no.
the rules.
Well, when you play with a gamer,
yeah,
I know. I know what you're saying.
It's a lot front loading too. I see what you're saying, especially
the rule book's like they have an
have
almanac that's like 30 pages long.
Yeah, the rule booklet is an almanac, isn't it? Because I have this. Yeah, they just combined it, which I thought was a poor choice. But the coming to your side too, it's also just that scary of like, oh yeah, you're gonna put out your 2 cities. If you screw up, well then,
you can lose the game in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I can see that. I still think
I like playing with the preset rules, so I'm teaching it. The preset.
Yep. I like that as well.
So I this last weekend I went up to Mountain Cabin with 3 of my buddies, and we go up there and just played board games the whole weekend. And we started a game at 9 a.m. and ended the game at 9:30 p.m.
Oh, a game!
I'm gonna see if you guys have heard of this game, The Other Side of the Hill.
Never heard of it.
So we're all kind of historians. We like kind of heavy games. This is a game where it's World War II. You all play German generals. Germany is going to collapse. You want to be the person who kind of throws everybody else under the bus as it's collapsing to kind of be the last faction standing. So theme's not for everybody for sure.
Ooh, that board.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the wild part. That board is the most intimidating looking thing I've ever seen. And when you play that board is so intuitive. Half an hour into the game, you're like, oh right, I see everything exactly what's going on. I know the exact situation. It is so amazingly graphically designed.
It looks fun.
So we literally went, look, we all know we're going to play this probably once a year, but we were ready to play it. We could probably play it this weekend again. It was that good. It was just crazy. Normally when you play a 12-hour game, you go, oh, this feels very samey, and you get bored. We didn't get bored. But again, not for everybody. It's a mouthful of a game.
What's the downtime between turns look like?
Not. Because what happens is everybody takes a role. Like one person's the OKW, which was the kind of strategic planning arm of the German military. One person's head of production, one person's head of operations, and one person is head of personnel. And so it's kind of like John Company in that as you go through the steps, highly procedural game. I do this kind of micro action. How do I want to allocate production? So perfect example is in the game we played, I was the resistance. I forget the name. It's not called resistance, but my job was I wanted Hitler out and I wanted Germany to collapse. And then my fellow players put me in charge of production. And so right as the Russians started to steamroll, I starved the Wehrmacht of troops and started assigning our resources to stupid things like V2 rockets and stuff like that, and to hasten the collapse, which did occur in 1944. So it's really cool the way all this stuff kind of interplays. Fascinating game. Not for everybody, but fascinating game for me.
So my mother just texted me and said, the person that taught me that game didn't know what they were doing. I think they were just making up the rules as they went along.
That's a problem.
Yeah, we've all been there. So can I see that rule booklet for a second? Let me double check what you're saying.
Oh,
that's the worst.
Have you ever? Okay, here. Have you ever had, like, when you ask that and the person responds with, "Well, what do you want to know?"
That's God.
And I'm just like, don't worry about it. Just let me see the rule book, you know? And then they're just like, it's like they're taking it as a personal offense, like, you know, that like, and it's like, I'm not mad yet, you know, just like,
I think I'd tell them, oh, if I told you, you'd spoil what I'm going to do. But yeah, that'd be really, I don't even know how I'd react. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Looky what I got.
It's blurred out because of
blurry.
your
I
filter.
know, I'm trying to figure out how I change that.
Turn off the blur effect.
I saw part of it for a second, unblurred.
Yeah. I got all that. Here's what it is. I'll just put it closer.
Was that from the factory?
Yeah, all that it's
still
perfect.
Blurry. All right. Well, hang on.
Hey, Scott, Luka dropped 20 in the first quarter against the Nuggets tonight.
That's great.
I love it. Like, how are people still fucking pissed off? Like, super pissed?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
For
I'd
sure.
be.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
It is so dumb.
This is like 1/3 of the proofs of Dragons Down, the reprint, and all the expansions and stuff. So I know what I'll be doing this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long do you think it'll take for you to go through it? Like, how many times do you go through it? Like, are you paranoid?
Nope, I digitally approved it already. But what I'm gonna do in this case is I have a copy of the game, because this is a reprint of the base game, and it's also the expansion, and then it's this expansion we just kickstarted. So I'm gonna take the cards and I'm literally gonna place them one by one on top of that, because I got to get this right.
That's a good idea.
Right. And then if I got stuff still in the box that isn't on the printed material, then I know I got a problem.
Do you handle that for Gray Fox, Lance?
It goes through all three of us. I'm the
That's a
last.
great idea.
I'm the last person on the list.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yep.
And then usually because I usually have the least amount of clue as to what's going on, so I catch the dumb things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're the dumb filter. Or
Yeah, I'm the
Right.
dumb filter.
We need somebody to represent the lowest third of gamers. Let's put Mikester in the queue.
Hey, I'll take it.
100%. Like,
He's
so many
like-
rule booklets don't do it. It's like a kiss of death, because it's just like, I need to know, I think we're doing this right. Like,
So I had the actual rule book that gets printed up on Tabletop Simulator for 6 months in blind play testing. People and it's pretty savage. I mean, you hear I'm going to do that every time now. Just a great way to clean up things, and you see what people don't understand, and it's amazing. Highly recommend.
how many people commented on that?
On mine?
Yeah.
It's easily in the 50s, 60s.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know, we have like 550 members of the Discord community now. And I'm sure there are people who are playing it who aren't on the Discord community, but that's just from Discord and then Board Game Geek too. But easily in the 50s, you know.
Dude,
So-
congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've actually done rules changes based upon feedback where somebody has said, this feels a little punitive, and then you start walking through it and you go, yeah, you know what, he's right or she's right. It's great.
You know what I'd say? I'd say, hey, how about you let me make the game, and how about you just buy it?
There's a lot of that too, though. Like Richard Lanius gave me the best advice I've heard, which is everybody's gonna quit. Get a life, you loser. Yes. No, Lanius said, playtesters are going to tell you, are going to tell you how they want the game to be for them, and you have to call out if they give you feedback that something's wrong. It probably is. If they give you feedback about how to fix it, they're probably wrong, right? So you got to stay true to your vision and know what to keep and what to kind of ditch. So I think that's been pretty valuable for me.
If I ever told you the story that I ended up being at a table during where I got to see Richard Lanius judge people's games. It was one of those like play and greets or whatever that James Matthew, may he rest in peace, put together.
Yep.
And then he said, "Hey, I need people to fill out the spots." And he's like, "Do you think you could come and just do it?" And I was like, "Do I have to do anything other than just be there to play?" And he's like, "Yeah, and that's fine, I'll do it." And then I saw Richard, and Richard and I had known each other for a little bit, and so I was like, "Oh, I'll go sit with Richard," and I didn't like, because that's why you said
he's a good dude. He's a real good dude.
He is. I remember one of my like total geek out moments was when I saw I had a call from somebody, a number I didn't recognize, and I had a voicemail, and it was Richard Lanius who had gotten my number, and he's like, "I want you to check out this game that I think it's right up your alley. I want to know what your thoughts are on it." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Right,
really?
right.
Yeah. But anyway, so I no, and then we sat down, and then like the people came in, and they're like, "Here's my game," and then he would like kind of give his thoughts and what you need, this needs work, and that needs work, and what you got here is a good idea, that kind of stuff. And then and then and then some guy showed up with his Doctor Who card game, and like he's like, "Oh, and I mean, I'm not gonna the whole thing, but the guy, like, we got through like half of one round of the game, and he was like, it was like one of those like just micro rules for every little interaction and every single thing you had to do. And now you only get to have 5 points of future in this situation because of the fact that because your starting cards only have these two symbols." And then he just said, "I'm just gonna stop you right here." He's like, and he's just like, "So this game is unplayable, and no one's ever going to want to play it." I actually watched this guy like shrink in front of me, and he's like, "But I've been working on it for like 5 years." And he's like, "Have you ever even considered reaching out to the people that own the Doctor Who license?" I mean, he's like, "Well, no, the game is just going to be so amazing that they'll want to give it to me." And he's just like, "Okay."
Oh boy, that's not how the world works.
And then he just said, but then he's like, this game's unplayable. You need to. And then he said, "But I've been working on it for 5 years." And he said it again. And he's like, "Yes, and it's taught you a lot of things over those 5 years. But
good recovery."
He's like, "But the time has come for you to take this and throw it away and start something new." And he's like, "I have," he said, "in my closet at home, I have 20 games that are better than this, that I won't even touch because I think they're horrible." He's like, so
there's
it was just.
I used to run the game design contest at BCon here in Denver, which is run by Sean Brown and Mr. B Games.
I've been there before.
Yeah, it's just a gaming company, great time. But the big thing for me was I was amazed at how many people just have no concept of how to pitch a game, right? And I was even just given the most simplistic advice, like, you remember that guy who used to do movie trailers where you go, "In a world where..."
Oh yeah, the movie voice.
Yeah, the movie voice guy, right? I used to tell people, think of that guy when you're doing your pitch. You start with a high level pitch. "In a world where..." everyone's a space pirate traveling through the asteroid belt. Then you take it a level lower and you talk about the feeling you want people to have. Then you take it a level lower and you can, if there's interest, like peeling back an onion, if there's interest in how turns work, because a number of times you get in and somebody would go, this is like a blend of Flamme Rouge and Ponzi scheme. Or, or this is, Splendor in space. And you're like, you're killing me.
You're killing me. Yay. Splendor.
Yay.
Love Splendor.
Well, yeah.
But no, I agree. And somebody did a game called Splendor. And so don't do Splendor in space.
And they sold 1 million copies of it.
Yeah. I wish I had done Splendor.
Wait, are you talking about what game are you talking about?
Have you guys seen this flavor?
What is it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is that the orange mango one?
Orange cream.
I was very uninspired by it.
It was not good.
I'd rather eat with.
Oh, I thought it was great.
I'd rather eat with Forrest's hands after he's picked at his feet last week or whatever it was that he did.
Yay!
Did you
Looks
guys see
amazing.
This came in the mail recently.
That's awesome.
What hack made
physical.
that?
Fuck, I don't know, but you should be fired.
It's no fun when you play along.
The Hall of Fame medal.
That's amazing.
The ribbon is really nice too, Scott.
Yeah, we did a smattering of designs, and that was my favorite one.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's got like a 3D effect
Yeah.
and colors, obviously.
Oh yeah, that doesn't come
came out
across
really
in the
good.
photo. That's cool.
Yeah, it's basically like, I mean, it's thick, right? It's like
That's awesome.
But it's got like a, it's relief here. I don't know if you can.
It reminds me a lot of the Conqueror ones.
Yeah.
The ones where you can like go to Mordor.
This 3D effect makes it look super chunky. I mean, it's just visual, but it's like, oh man, that thing looks solid. It's cool.
Mhm.
Came out really good.
Yay!
Thank you again, Matt.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah. Not
Matt-
blowing smoke up here.
Matt
That looks
Paquette
really good.
Co.
Oh, Matt made it? Oh man, now I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know. Truth is, I didn't know who you were. I knew you were insulting somebody on the call, and the only thing I knew is it wasn't me.
What? How do you know I was insulting somebody?
Is your breathing?
Because your mouth was moving.
Oh,
Oh.
you guys are so mean.
And no, Kabuki, I do not want to eat foot callus jerky. No, thank you.
What?
That's in the chat. I made
I saw-
reference like so citrus and my cola does not a thing for me, generally speaking.
Do you guys have Stewart's soft drinks in the States?
I think
No.
so.
We have this at the shop, at the bake shop. We have orange cream soda. Fuck, is that ever good? It tastes like an orange creamsicle.
Yeesh.
So good. When I bartended, I used to make an orange creamsicle drink, which was really good for the people that didn't like beer and stuff. Umbrella drinks.
Girl drunk?
Yeah, pretty much. There was that one, and there was the Blue Whale, which was blue curacao, Malibu, and pineapple juice.
What was the Futurama episode? Bender, give me a fuzzy navel and the girliest drink you got. 2 fuzzy navels coming right up.
I
have posted Stewart's orange and cream soda in the chat for the record, against all my principles.
Well, anyway, it's pretty tasty. I like it.
Cool. We got a free case of.
It's not a regular thing because I'm basically supposed to not drink Diet Coke, but I'm breaking a rule today.
You're not supposed to drink Diet
You're
Coke?
so naughty.
Yeah, I basically stopped drinking Diet Coke.
Why?
Aspartame.
My kidneys are not good. It's basically to help my kidneys.
Okay.
Seems like a good trade-off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I like my kidneys.
Better than diet soda.
I mean,
for sure.
I don't think there's really any. I mean, I don't think there's been any studies to show that Diet Coke harms kidneys, but there's a lot of potassium in Diet Coke that is basically not good for kidneys.
You posted it in the chat, Scott?
He posted in the YouTube chat.
Oh, the
Yeah,
YouTube chat.
sorry.
Oh.
Yes.
I think
Oh.
there's also not a lot of studies though that say that Diet Coke is good at all. like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I'm sure there's nothing to say that it's good for you.
yeah, maybe in the 1970s.
But I don't know if there's anything
Yeah.
there that says
When there
it's
was actually
bad for you.
cocaine in it, you know. I
Come
mean,
get your DDT. You know, my mom remembers those days when they used to spray DDT out the back of vehicles driving through the neighborhood, and the kids would like run through the DDT.
fog.
Yeah, run through the fog.
We had Zika virus spray here in Dallas. They're like, don't leave the house.
What?
Yeah. Zika mosquitoes. Remember that?
Yikes.
Oh
We had
yeah,
that
I
in
know.
Dallas.
vaguely.
No, they sprayed Dallas area.
that's insanity.
I'm going to say one
Like 10
name,
years ago.
and I want to see if anyone on this call, I don't know who it could possibly be that will react to this name, but we'll see. JJ McCarthy.
The coach for the Vikings?
Well, thank God we finally just came to our senses and just said we're not taking Aaron Rodgers. So just
Thank God.
stop.
Yeah, but it
talking
would have
about
been fun for everyone that's not a Minnesota fan.
I would have had fun. Hello, album. Congratulations to BGG Hall of Fame inductee Infamy by the Fawns of Board Games, Travis Chance. Wow, that is a deep cut, Lord Javi. That is
What was
a
it?
deep, deep cut. Don't
Oh,
you?
infamy.
Don't you?
I
But
remember.
don't you remember? No, but don't you remember when Travis was on? And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm the cool guy. I'm like the Fawns of board games. And
Is that what
like,
you said?
oh God, he said it out loud.
I
And
love
like
it.
for like months afterwards, whenever we go, hey.
Hey.
I like
And he was like,
Travis.
he's like, why don't you just stop doing it? He was so mad.
I wonder if he has any update about that Dark Providence.
Yeah.
That game's been a
Okay, I'm a little sad now. Stewart's Soft Drinks is owned by Snapple.
Oh.
What's wrong with
Love
Snap?
Snapple.
Nothing's
Yeah.
wrong with Snapple. It's just I thought it was like a small little company.
Well, it probably was.
Snapple is a small company.
And then they were making money, and so a big company came and
Unless
said,
it got bought by like Bevmo or something.
yeah,
Yeah, probably
here's
Dr. Pepper
here's,
Snapple Company.
That's the other one I drink.
Oh yeah.
This is the best. Summer Berry, Waterloo. One of the best.
You don't want your hint of
Waterloo.
lime drinks?
No, I don't like the like barely lime. This one actually has a good amount of flavor in it.
Well, I'm having
I licked a
fat
pear.
hug. What?
I licked a pear flavor.
Yeah.
You know?
They were pretty funny. I will
They were
admit.
pretty, I didn't make that up, but Michelle sent that to me and I
So
reposted.
I think I've said this before, but Michael Bublé is in the Bublé commercials here in Canada. It's pretty funny. Because they're like, I'll have a Bublé. He's like, actually, it's Bublé.
That's good.
Bye-bye.
I can appreciate that.
I think I've seen those commercials, oddly enough.
Yeah, they might have made it to States.
Well, I also listen to a lot of Michael Bublé. I love his Christmas music.
Oh, he's
I wonder if
great.
they talk. Oh yeah, I think.
He was telling a story the other night about he sang the national anthem. Him and his buddies, his group he was in at the time, they were doing it was an Elvis impersonator band, and they were doing the national anthem at a NHL game, or maybe a minor league game, and this was really really early in his career, and he does the whole song. And then they go off of the rink, off of the ice, and the announcer comes on. He's like, Elvis has left the building, and hopefully he never comes back.
oh,
It worked very good.
those poor guys
Yeah,
playing their hearts out,
yeah.
and somebody's got to be mean. I don't know why anybody wants to be mean ever.
Inspired by our president.
No. Well, we got enough. You want to just do the initials and get it out of the way?
Do it.
Wow.
Let's see if Evan's coming.
Oh yeah, Evan. I think Evan's playing. He's been playing me on BGA, so he's
All
around.
right, we can wait a little bit for
Oh.
Evan. I just
Evan's
don't
been
wanna...
disappointing me lately.
Yeah, well, join the club. Evans.
I'm like, are you going to this con? Can we be roommates? He's like, I'm not coming. I'm like, damn you.
Which con?
First it was Gen Con, and then it was BGG.
He's not coming to BGCon?
Fucker, eh?
What?
That's why I'm looking for a roommate.
Oh, okay. Are you a premium badge holder?
I couldn't buy one. There was no left.
They go. I think they get released to the public next week.
What do?
Like because they
Hey, tell somebody to get on the ball and approve my my
Premium.
sponsor my application to be a vendor or whatever it's your silly
sure
thing.
it'll be approved.
I'm sure, but just get somebody on the
So
ball.
premium
so I can
badges
get
go
them
up. Like previous year attendees on premium badges can buy their premium badges for 1 week. And then they get released to the public.
When's that? When is it open to us?
You're asking me all these questions? I don't know.
You can. I'll ask Jeff. I'll ask Jeff.
Yeah, ask Jeff. Yeah. When did the badges go live? Wasn't it like last week?
The 14th, I think.
So that was 5 days ago. So yeah, it'll probably be like 2 more days. And
I already bought my badge though. Can I upgrade?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
How many people do you think you're going to get? Is that something you can announce?
Like 3,000.
Yeah, it said
Like
2,800 for the regular badges, which is amazing.
Yeah, it'll be like 3,000.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great show. I love it.
I got to get down
Good
to one.
size. It's a good size.
It's not like you're just talking up your own conventions, giving yourself.
I know,
Hall of
giving
Fame
myself my own
medals.
badges. I won the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
I'm in the Hall of Fame,
Must
motherfucker.
be nice. Must be nice. Must be nice.
we all need to come up with our own badge designs for
Yeah.
our own Hall of Fames. Like I'm going to do like the basement of my house Hall of Fame, the Scott's Basement Hall of Fame badge. I'll show
There you go.
that next week. I'll
Let's do
hold
it.
it up.
Oh, do you guys want to see the T-shirt design, the new Be Creative T-shirt design?
Sure.
I think I was going to say something, but I can't remember now.
I'm
I
sorry.
know. I
Really interrupted.
derailed you.
It's okay.
I'm sure.
I'll think of it in a minute. But it was kind of poignant, and I can't remember now. I've lost it. I've lost the plot. Evan's not coming to BGG.
He is. Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but maybe a little color would be better.
This
It's
is
a little
just
bland. It's a little
It's
bland.
a little
So,
bland. I mean,
It's going to be 2 color,
well, I
not
see
gonna
it.
be-
It's black
not
and
gonna be
white,
one.
2 colors.
but 2 colors.
Black
And then
Is that
and then
meeple-ish? I guess that's
I like-
meeple-ish.
I like the
Here we
top
do
one
both
better than the
colors,
It looks
bottom.
black
good.
and white.
I like that one too.
Yeah, this one's more retro, which I kind of like.
That's more your that's more your style, I think.
Yeah.
That-
So
that-
this look of the maple leaf is very reminiscent of like the old schooly maple leaf.
Oh, I
thing.
didn't even notice the maple leaf. Yeah,
Are you sure that's not a meeple leaf?
a maple leaf.
I was on maple syrup tonight.
Now,
How do I
here's
stop
the
this
deal.
again? Oh, here it is. Stop share.
I'm never going to share anything creative, like where I actually show it on screen, because you just get ripped to shreds by this group. Tough group.
What makes you think that?
I posted something to the art and graphic design for board games Facebook group way back in the day. I did it once.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? Your opinion has no value to me, so fuck off. I'm not doing this again. I felt like the guy in Johnny Dangerously. My mother hung me on a hook once. Once.
Oh, funny.
That would be Joe Piscopo.
It would be Joe
The
Piscopo.
The
That's
comedic
nice.
stylings of Joe Piscopo.
Are you from Jersey?
My favorite Joe Piscopo character is Bill and Wendy Weiner.
All right.
I don't remember.
That's
that
going
one.
back a ways.
It's a Magnum 88. It shoots through
Shoots through
schools.
My mother, my mother said that to me once, or
Once.
was
Yeah.
that? It was, I can't remember the exact.
Just everybody, somebody hung me on a hook once.
Oh,
once.
He said it multiple times during the
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
But yeah,
It was
That
it was
movie.
it was a
I bet
running
that-
gag. If
I wonder
you
if that
will.
movie holds up. I haven't watched it in like 30 years, maybe 40 years now.
It's been a while for
been a
me as
while.
well.
Didn't say pa.
30 years, not more. We watched it when we were like teenagers.
Oh yeah. All the not to be crude, but all the fireworks are going off, and they're Johnny's getting late again.
I think there was a few of those jokes that went over my head.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
then
like,
you
I'm
watch
like-
it.
I don't know if I understand that, but I think I might now. Like now, I probably will understand it.
Dom DeLuise as the Pope.
Oh God, yeah.
That's right.
So I think I've discovered a new hobby, a new collecting hobby.
Uh oh.
That's bad. Good.
Damn right.
You gonna tell us what it is?
No, thanks. That was great.
I'm holding them up to the camera.
Pocket knives.
Pocket knives.
When you need a gut a pimp or what?
Well, I was on the
But then when you
Gamma.
gotta cut it. I was gonna say something.
Yeah,
I was
was
on the
too.
Gamma.
Then I stopped myself.
I've got a cricket. They have
Oh,
a cricket.
nice. I like cricket stuff.
Yeah,
That's
the
good.
cricket's nice. Pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
got like a serrated
You
A.
want to go?
I was on the Gamma trade show floor, and I gave somebody's having a hard time opening something up, so I pull up my knife out and I give it to them, and they're like, "Oh, you drove, didn't you?" Like, yes, I did.
Yes,
Oh,
I did.
I actually have a really nice pocket knife that I always I
Ooh,
have to remind myself.
Spider
Throw it in
code.
my actual luggage instead
Anyway, those
of
are my two knives. I keep them on my desk.
instead of my carry-on.
Why do you keep a pocket knife on your desk?
I do too.
Because then I'll grab it and cut open a box, and it's like at my, just
I have a spider co as well.
it's just at my desk. Because for some reason, well, here's the thing: if it's not at my desk, I won't be able to find it.
You're,
You know what I mean? Like if I put it in a drawer somewhere, like, I
Okay.
won't be, like I know it's on my desk.
Got it.
Yeah, I want a Benchmade at one point, but they're like $500.
Woo! Benchmade?
Benchmade.
Benchmade. I don't know that brand.
When they can be 500, they're not necessarily. Actually,
What does it do? Does it cut something?
They're extra good at stabbing.
It's just really well made. One thing I did really kind of
Stabbing.
stumble upon, there are certain knife companies that allow you to customize them, so you can like build your own knife kind of thing. And there's one that allows you to like laser engrave stuff, so I might just customize one like that. Be fun.
You can put on your meeple leaf on it. I'm here for you. All right.
I appreciate you, Scott.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
When you need a gut a pimp.
When you need to get a pimp. I did hear a pretty funny line. So when we were up in the mountains, it's a small cabin I own. It's only like 2 bedrooms, and so one of the guys slept on an inflatable mattress. And so the thought was, inflatable mattresses are great for when you want to sleep on the floor, but not right away. That's a pretty good line,
That's
right?
pretty good.
For when you want to sleep on the floor, but not right away.
So, Evan.
Yeah.
No BGG Con this year?
No,
Not gonna cut it.
It's a noble cause, though.
I told you this, guys, a while ago, but
Probably did. I just
my
forgot.
daughter's birthday is on November 21st.
She 5?
She'll be 6.
6.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And so it's like I could try to squeeze in like 2 days, but and then or squeeze in like the last day and a half. But
You need
either
a
way,
time turner.
You do.
You need a time turner.
Yeah.
Is that like a time machine?
It's a Harry Potter thing.
Something like that.
Oh,
I think it's something like that.
So we'll see you
Hermione
in
had one.
You can do. You could take 2 classes at once.
oh, that sounds good.
That's the yeah. And
Yeah.
We'll see you in a few weeks, though, Evan. Eh?
create no
Yes.
paradox.
You could
Yes,
commit 2 crimes at once to distract the cops from both of them.
There we go.
Oh
There we go.
yeah.
We're thinking.
Boom.
Oh wait, I got another
Bam.
show and tell. Hold on.
So yeah, I'm super bummed not to be there.
So
I love
this week
BGG
is
Con.
TPF,
What's TPF?
the Texas Pinball Festival.
Oh, is it? Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's on Friday. It starts
I was
Friday,
like-
and I got exhibitor badges, so I get to go in early.
Fancy.
Nice.
So I get
What
to
do you,
go.
how
try
are you
all the games.
exhibiting?
I'm
Oh, you're doing that. Okay.
no, I'm exhibiting my stuff.
He's an
Stuff to
exhibitionist.
show.
Are you bringing your pinball machine?
Yeah,
Show us wares.
I'm
Heyo.
sure I'll contribute something to the show to make myself valuable to the show.
Do you own quite a few pinballs, or that's kind of your?
I've got a few.
So
How many is
there's
how many
only
is a
one
few now?
question.
Not saying the number.
Come on, tell us. I'm
No.
dying to know.
I'm not going to.
You're
I'll
kind
tell
of
you later.
embarrassed.
Put it in the
Yeah,
chat if you.
It's embarrassing a little bit. Hold
Give
on.
us an over under to play with.
No, I'm not saying anything. You guys have to feel. You have to
All
come
right.
see them.
So
11. 11
Scott
over
has-
under.
Scott-
I'm going the over.
God
What'd
you
has
all
more
guess?
than not enough and less.
I have more than one.
13.
Here's the key question, Scott. Do you own 8-Ball Deluxe?
No, but I wouldn't. I don't have room. I want some of those classics like that, but I don't own that one. I would own those machines, but I like because I do like that game. I think it's awesome. And I
Probably the
want
best pinball game ever made, I think, or certainly in the running.
It's
that
a
would
really
be
good, it's a really good.
Adam's Family. Thank you.
No,
I
it's
do-
the one with that castle.
I,
You gotta
I do
knock
have an
down the
Adams
gate.
Family. I have an Adams Family. I actually just swapped out my Adams Family for a nicer Adams Family.
Why don't we just name
Nice.
all the pinball machines we know, which I, by the way, I just did. And
You're the one machine?
no, I'm sure there's like a Playboy themed one. That's the only other thing I can remember.
don't know.
Elvira, Star Trek Next Generation.
Right.
There's a Pac-Man one.
Yeah, I think I could go for a while. I grew up in bowling alleys.
Oh,
I
interesting.
did a run through one time on that boom.
Why does that not surprise me?
Hang on, I'm
Um,
asking Chat GPT
There's
how many Scott owns.
somebody just sent us a list
So
of.
last week, the D&D machine got released.
Oh,
And
did
I've
it?
been playing that a fair amount. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
let me
really,
take a look
it's
at
really
that.
good. It's actually, I think it can break through crossover, right? Like, because pinball is it's a tricky hobby, because when you're playing pinball, you're in a darkened environment, loud. You can't hear anything, and you can't make heads or tails of the game rules. And so D&D has a ton of rules in it that you really kind of like. I think a lot of people will buy this game and like bring it home because it has a ton of game in it, like adventure. You're basically on an adventure, and it saves your progress, which is cool. It's like
I
it's
have a
internet
question.
connected now.
What's the difference between the Pro and the Premium Edition?
A few $1,000s.
No, I know, but
Yeah, but yes, Pro is the most stripped down model that they make. It's like the bare minimum that makes it a game. Like it doesn't have any. It might have like missing mechs. You know the word
oh
mech?
really? Oh wow.
Yeah, like for Godzilla, the building goes up and down. That is not in the Pro.
So it's like a different game altogether.
It can be. Now, Dungeons and Dragons, the only thing different is the dragon head only goes up and down versus side to side. And then there's a thing that pops up that's a dungeon. It's like a little scoop that pops up. That is not in the Pro. So I think the Pro version of D&D, though, is quite a bargain because it has everything else. The dragon shoots balls at you. And
Oh, now I got to see this.
it's just got all of the stuff.
Do you have it?
It's got all the software. I do. I did. I ordered it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
I've had it for a week.
according to a 2010 interview, he keeps about 3,000 games. Scott Alden, founder of Board Game Geek, mentioned in a 2010 interview that he keeps about 3,000 games stored in an airplane hangar. However, there's no specific information regarding the number of pinball machines he owns.
I wasn't into pinball back in 2010. This is a recent addiction.
I have another question. Apart from Stern, who are the big names in making pinball machines?
Stern is the number one. I would say Jersey Jack is number two.
Like a close number two or a
No, not close. It's so massively different. It's like Stern is the 800-pound gorilla, and Jersey Jack is, making games. And there's a company called Spooky that makes games.
Jersey Jack is Clyde from Every Which Way But Loose.
Yeah. And then there's a couple others. Not really familiar with all the overseas ones. Turner Pinball is a new one where he makes like a couple hundred machines out of his. He's a Houston guy. There's a new one that just came out called Barrels of Fun. Their first game, they made 1,000 machines. It was a Labyrinth. You know the movie Labyrinth?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
With Bowie.
Yeah.
And that's pretty fun. No Jennifer Connelly in the game though. It's just Bowie. But it's cool. I mean, like they do the magic dance and all that stuff.
Jennifer Connelly was in Labyrinth?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a kiddie movie. I mean, it's Muppets and stuff, right?
It has a very big following.
I love it.
Yeah, that I know, but
Anyway,
cool.
I'm excited for the weekend. I do all the seminars that I can because I'll go play, right? But there's a lot of people there and there's a lot of lines. So
It's in town?
Yeah, it's basically half hour north of me.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's been here for 20 years and I never knew. I'm like, oh my God, it's right around the corner.
When did you start attending?
3 years. This is my third.
Sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And then
Yeah.
the design team from Stern is there for D&D, so I'll get to talk to them all. And Dwight, the programmer who is a board game designer, is coming over tomorrow to play games. He's
Is that the
over.
guy I met?
Did you meet him?
Yeah.
Was he hanging out in my room at one point? Yeah, Dwight Sullivan. He's the coder of D&D.
Oh, neat.
So I invited him over, and he came out a day early, and we're gonna go play board games tomorrow.
That's awesome.
He goes, if I have a vote, can we play board games? I'm like, Dwight, I invited you, so we can do whatever you want. We're not
Aw,
because
look at
because all he
you.
does is play pinball, right? He's a pinball guy, so like, yeah.
Right.
And
Hey,
yeah, we're gonna probably play some games at the building. We are gonna play games.
what is the building? What does that mean?
The BGG building.
Oh, okay, got
The
it.
compound, if you
Warehouse.
will.
It's a warehouse.
BGGB.
I gotta go. I want to see the
It's a
compound
magical.
sometime.
It was a magical find. Like we were forced. So you read about the airplane hangar, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Board game. I'll stop talking about myself after this. Board Game Geek
No,
Library
you won't.
board at a warehouse or a airplane hangar that Jeff Anderson owned. He owned an airplane, but then his airplane was grounded and he like had space. So I started saying, "Hey, can I just store my games at your place?" And it's just like sort of escalated. And then he started running the conventions for me.
I love the fact that it's like the transition in King Kong from the knocking out King Kong to being on the boat. That's what I envisioned when Scott just said it just escalated.
It did. So basically we outgrew the hangar. And then he goes like every year that went by, he's like, we're going to outgrow this hangar. Like you got to find a place. And so we were going to build a place. And I went down that path, which is a mistake.
Yeah.
And then I eventually started having to look for a place. We got roped into this really, I think it was like a really bad design idea, but it was like the only thing we could find.
Right.
That was really like in the city that I could figure out how to make it work. And we were 2 weeks from closing, and the roof, they found a problem with the roof that like, oh, the roof might need to be replaced. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? And so I'm just like dreading the closing. I'm like, I had to go forward because I had nowhere to go. Like he was moving. Like we had to move. And 1 week before the closing, my realtor calls me and she's like, this just went on the market today. And she sent me pictures and everything. And I'm like, I told Jeff, I'm like, go over there today and bring a letter of intent. And we basically closed. We didn't close, but we made the deal that day.
Yeah.
That quickly. It was awesome. I mean, and the building is like perfect for us. It's got an office side and it's got a warehouse side.
Did you buy the building?
Yeah, it's a Board Game Geek, or it's a different company that I have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a different company I started basically owns the building.
Fantastic. That's the one that people drove into?
The law offices of Dewey Cheatham.
BGG runs from it.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, no,
I love
so it's a money laundering
story.
operation, is what you're telling me.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's
it's a car wash.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's not money laundering.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't say that.
Not money.
Your mouth.
I know.
Delete this episode.
Here's the great thing. I'm my own landlord.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Like, yeah. Anyway, the building is great.
That jackhole raising our rent.
Right.
Again.
He's the worst.
We had a water leak last week. The pipe burst on the outside of the building because we had freezes and stuff. And like,
and how long did your landlord take to get back?
There's a ground level. Believe me, it was done in a day. We had to get the city to come shut the water off because it's actually an outside leak, which was lucky. I mean, my God. My blood, when Jeff said, "Oh, there's a water leak at the building," my blood ran cold. I'm like, "Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me!" Because I mean, me and water do not get along.
No.
Yeah,
I've lost 2 entire floors of houses from water damage.
What?
We talked about that on a call once, I think, even.
Oh my, did we?
I have some recollection of you and water being.
Yeah, I 2 times.
Well, have you been around him? The guy smells. He's never in the.
I don't think he's ever showered.
Right?
I
stopped talking
smell him from here.
about BGG now. Anyway, anytime you guys want to come out to play pinball or play board games, I'll be glad to host you.
Any plans for a BGG pinball game in the future?
No. But I do have pinballgeek.com. I tracked down the domain and bought it from the guy who had it before.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I used
buy it. The guy's buried underneath the airplane.
No, it was very cheap. It was somebody that had just been sitting on the domain for years and they never used it. Like it got brokered through GoDaddy. I never even met the person.
Right. So if I can humble brag as a proud papa for a moment. So I think I've mentioned on this call before that my son was the lead narrative design on The Ware Cleaner, right? This video game that's free to download as part of a student project at USC. Since it was released, it's had I think like 1.5 million downloads.
Wow.
And It won the 16th annual Unity Game Awards as Best Student Project. It was nominated by Apple for 2024 App Store Game of the Year. It was one of the top 3 games.
Wow.
What's the name of it?
And it's called The Were Cleaner, as in werewolf, but were cleaner. And it's and tonight it was nominated for, again, Best Student Game for an Independent Games Festival, which is at the I forget, it's Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. It did not win that award, but it did win Audience Choice Award. And and the concept of the game is just the pitch of the game is so cool, which is you are a janitor in an office building. You are also a werewolf, and unfortunately, you get moved to the night shift. And so it's just really cutesy graphics. And he was lead narrative design on it. And this is all he's a senior at USC. He graduates here in May, and it's really cool. I'm very proud.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's very cool. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, Scott's kid.
Samuel.
Wherever you are.
The Were Cleaner.
I'll post. Yeah. Available on most.
Did he do all the work, like all the graphics and stuff?
No, he was the level design, and if I'm understanding completely, he was the lead guy designing the look and feel of some of the characters,
UI.
including the werewolf and that kind of stuff.
I mean, it looks really good, actually.
It's really
It's got
cool.
overwhelming positive reviews on Steam, and that is rare.
Right. Yeah, I mean, to the point that the guys. So Samuel he wasn't one of the lead people doing the whole thing. Like there's, I think, 3 people that were leading the project. He was a member of the project team, and those 3 people are now trying to, of course, monetize it and make it into an actual game company. And so that's a possible path for him, which is really cool. And
that's cool.
So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Try not to kill anyone while you're working to get your paycheck.
But the funny part about it is that the reason you don't want to kill anyone isn't because killing is wrong. It's because then you just have to clean up the big mess you made of their dead bodies. So
because you're the janitor. I like it.
Right. So it's really neat. My favorite part in the whole thing is actually the voice acting, because it's all that kind of speak. I don't
like sim talk.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's called sim talk, right? Yeah,
Simlish.
Yeah, Simlish. Yeah,
you can get a Were Cleaner plushie.
I have some on order. I can't wait for them to arrive.
But your son couldn't hook you up.
No, isn't that? I paid full price plus shipping for that. You know,
plus shipping in this Amazon world, you're paying shipping.
Oh, I bought it direct from the team. I got screwed. I should have waited about a year on Amazon. They got it. Somebody's probably selling it. You'll get it before I do. Anyway, hey, can we do the initials game? Because I got a roll here fairly soon.
Evan does too, I think.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can stay.
All right,
Evan.
That's why I couldn't say hi.
Well, you're not going to play?
Well, I came to play, and then we chatted about other stuff, and that's okay too.
Well,
what are the initials?
All right, better start.
They are F, as in Felix.
The cat.
Sure. G, as in grape.
G.
Here we go.
All right, everybody close your chat.
Oh, right. Yep. You mean so we don't see what the...
Yeah, because Kabuki Kid is way faster than us.
Yeah, that's a
And
lot of truth there.
And yeah, sometimes there's been... Forrest, you there? Here we go.
Gilroy, you there?
Connected to One Direction, NSYNC, and the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, have we started?
Yeah.
You didn't say item number 1.
Item number 1, clue number 1. Clue number 2. From Arlington, Virginia. Clue number 3. Originally, they were Jerry, Matt, Chad, Ben, and Jim. Clue number 4. Red and white. Number 5. There are
Matt,
now.
Evan.
Go, Matthew.
Five Guys.
Five
Oh,
Guys.
I got it
is
right after you.
correct.
Dang it.
Yeah,
That's
there are over
good.
1,500 of these. Was the where else can you get 4 burgers for $80? Anyway,
I've
The
never had
Ritz
Five Guys.
Carlton.
what?
The
I've
Ritz
never had-
Carlton.
You never had Five Guys, really?
No.
That's
It's
weird.
really good. It's also really expensive.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
that's why I was saying before. Yes.
So, yeah,
Hot
I'm
dogs
just
are
Are
trying
they,
to.
not
are
worth
they
it.
more than $10 a burger?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And I mean the fries, the Cajun fries are so good.
you get a lot
Yeah, you do.
of fries.
Yeah, you
I'll have
do.
to try it.
Is 91 years old. Was the nickname of a Boston Red Sox pitcher. Is also the nickname of a troubled NFL wide receiver.
Force.
Go
Oh
ahead.
shit! Flash Gordon.
Is correct. Well done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Who was the pitcher? When was that? It was
Tom
before
Gordon.
Maya.
Tom Flash Gordon.
Oh, man. I would have got Flash Gordon. You give me any sci-fi stuff.
The
I know,
next
right?
clue
Those coming
was
next.
everyone is.
connected to Queen.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
maybe I don't.
Dun
I
dun
don't
dun
know.
dun dun
Maybe.
dun 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 Flash. Wow. What a great soundtrack.
Is Ming the
Anyway.
Merciless a clue?
Yeah. Clue number 1. Often features time and money. Clue number 2. Repeated. Clue number 2. Sometimes deals with the founding fathers. Number 3. Commonly includes addition and subtraction. Number 5. Most commonly connected to 6 or 7-year-olds.
Force.
Go for it.
First grade.
First grade is correct.
Of course. It is.
Nice.
Is correct.
Wow.
Or in Canada, grade 1.
Ah, well, first grade sounds better.
Oh, I have a show to talk about when we're done. Remind me of that.
Oh, I have shows too. Do I want to talk about? Anyway, clue 1. Helena Bonham Carter was this in 2015. Number 2. Appeared in a 1950 Disney classic.
Matt,
Go for it.
Fairy Godmother.
Fairy Godmother
nice.
is correct.
Dang.
Why did I stay for the game?
Ha!
For the interesting conversations.
The beat down.
Exactly.
We stayed for the beat down.
Number 1. There have been numerous fakes.
Force.
Go for it.
Field goal.
Field goal is correct.
Jeez.
Well
The
done.
glory.
I
What the
thought I was
glory.
gonna hide that one pretty well with
Dang.
that one.
Pretty
but-
good.
You hit it for me pretty good.
Hit it for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Alright. I remember as a kid when I got my first basketball thing and it said field goal percentage. Remember I asked my dad, I was like, they're not kicking a football. And he had to explain to me that it was a field goal also in basketball.
Just for the lay people in this crowd, field goal is a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Field
but
goal.
Or in the
Yeah,
Canadian
two-pointer.
in the Canadian Football League, if you it's a rouge. If you kick if you notice this in Canadian football, if you kick the field goal but you miss, but you kick it out of the end zone, they still give you a point.
Really?
Because it's unable to be returned. And it's so they call it a rouge.
Weird.
No, but in basketball, what's a field goal?
Anything
Just
that's
shoot-
not a free throw.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, I mean, so a 3-point or 2-point, just as long as they're not a free throw, that's a field
Or
goal.
as long as you don't get fouled during it. If you get fouled during it and you make it, it counts as a field goal. And if you don't make it, it doesn't count on your field goal.
You know.
Aren't most shots field goals then?
Yeah.
Yes. Except for the 3 throws, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, which one of you was talking shit to me about the Lakers versus the Nuggets? Is that you, Forrest? Or no?
Oh yeah, man. Oh sure. Yeah.
Yeah. When literally two of our starters aren't playing. Okay.
Yeah, LeBron James and Rui Hachimura aren't playing either, so there's 2 starters for 2.
MVP of the league isn't playing, so moving on.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's fair. Yeah, your team's pretty trash without Yoger.
All right.
Onward and forward.
Number 1. Are often demographically diverse. Number 2. Connected to advertisements. Number 3. Connected to political analysis.
Evan,
Go for it.
focus group.
Focus groups is correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I couldn't come up with the words. I'm like, I know what it is. I had a vision of.
The group of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I had described the concept, would I have? Probably not.
There was
As
an F
long-
and a G in there somewhere.
I would love if your answer was like 45 seconds and Lance just let you go.
Yeah.
He would never have let me go.
Then he went, eh.
Yeah. Clue number 1. Famously connected to Mondays. Clue number 2. An
Aldi.
affair. Oh, go for it.
Frank Gifford.
Frank Gifford. Well done, Scott
Well
Alden.
done.
Wow.
He was one of my favorites of all time on Monday Night Football.
Oh.
Yeah. Just a nice guy.
What were your clues though?
Well, okay, so his affair was secretly recorded by the Globe in 1977. Died in
Oh, that would have
2000
got me.
Died in 2015. Appeared in the sitcom Coach,
Hey.
Pro Football Hall of Fame, and his widow is close friends with Regis Philbin.
Rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
Is she dead too?
No,
Regis passed away though,
Regis
didn't he?
is. Regis
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
We just did.
I do remember when Kathy Lee Gifford sang the national anthem for Monday Night Football. Frank Gifford went down on the field. It was one of the first times he was down on the field, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the national anthem will be sung by my beautiful wife, Kathy Lee." And then the camera panned over to her. It was very touching. It was like that guy was truly and totally devoted to that woman.
She was
Anyway.
the spokesperson for Carnival Cruises.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that. She would sing songs about it and stuff.
I didn't know we were still in the clue giving
Anyway,
phase. I
we're
still don't know who it is.
Into Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah. Not FG.
Number 1. This is kind of mine made my boss cry.
Aldi.
Go for it.
Funding goal.
That's a good one.
Darn, I should have waited.
Clue number 2. Often symbolizes innocence. Clue number 3. Often involves a basket. Clue number 4. Is almost always a part of an extended family.
Forrest.
Go for it.
Family
Five.
gathering. Son of a bitch.
And
Dang it.
number 5 involves scattering.
Dang it.
Final clue. Often seen walking down an aisle.
No,
Oh, Aldi.
Aldi.
I already guessed. Did I?
No, you didn't guess already.
No, I did. I said Fun and Gold. Remember? I was like,
Oh
was
yeah,
10 years
sorry.
ago.
Yeah, 5, 4, 3.
Matt,
Matt, 5, 4, 3.
father of the groom.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is it?
Flower Girl.
Flower Girl is correct.
Okay.
Yes, my not even 3-year-old kid at my wedding, and my boss, who is and when I was at U.S. Bank, a hard as nails total B. I looked out, and as soon as she saw my kid
Bawling?
walking down, she just started bawling. As soon as saw my kid go. So there you go. Number 1, connected to California, Indiana, and Florida.
Scott,
Go for it.
Forrest Gump.
And
Oh,
I like that you took a swing, though.
you took a swing.
I took a swing. I appreciate that.
You
I
know,
was
when I
thinking
took
to
a
run
swing
it-
and it worked.
What was it?
That's
Florida,
even better.
California. What were the states?
California, Indiana, and Florida. Number 2. Was born and has worked in Miami. Number 3. Is under 6 feet tall.
Say under or over?
Under. Number 4. Was a national champion in 2001. Number 5. Was both a hurricane and a jet.
Oh shoot.
Didn't know this.
I don't know hockey.
Final clue.
It's football.
Not
Football.
hockey.
Is Hurricane? Isn't that hockey?
It's a Miami Hurricane in this
Miami
instance.
Hurricanes.
College,
Winnipeg
like
Jets.
College football.
Final
Jets.
clue.
New York Jets. Oh, it could be. I guess it could be.
There's
One of
Winnipeg
them-
Jets.
One
Yep.
of the most prolific running backs in NFL
Horse.
history. Go for it.
Oh, Frank Gore. Love Frank Gore.
Frank Gore.
The running joke
Okay.
of every fantasy football league ever.
Yeah.
Who's taking Frank Gore?
Who's taking Frank Gore? He's made out of glass. Just
Dude, that guy went forever.
Yeah. He's like third most rushing yards ever, or something like that.
Wonders who's sandwiched between him and Emmitt Smith. Curious.
I don't know. It seems like we could Google it. Clue number 1.
Jerome Bettis.
Connected to Apple computers.
Scott,
Go.
Forrest
the worst
Gump.
Forrest Gump is incorrect. I'm looking for Forrest
Forrest.
Gump. No, he's got it. He got it.
Like, all right.
Good thing
You
you
got,
remember that.
you got your one.
I got my one.
All right, Eric.
The-
Number 1.
The early clue sometimes burns you.
Yes.
Many
Connected
times
to
burns you.
connected to Cleveland. Number 2. Has a connection to Batman. Number 3. Features an animal. Number 4. It was once canceled. Number 5.
Aldi.
Go for it.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Oh,
Look at this, Family Guy.
I'm very sad.
Is
Did you have-
Aldi in the
Did
lead?
you have that written down?
I think I'm in the lead.
I think I only got 2.
That's Forrest 4, Matt 2, Aldi 2, Evan 1, Scott 1, even me. I even got one.
My game to lose, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, yours to lose.
Yeah.
You got to make initials if you win.
Number 1. Connected to Lee Majors. Dun, 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 dun,
Matt.
dun, dun, dun. Go for it.
Ball guy.
Fall Guy, baby.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I
Who's
love
Lee
that
Majors?
show. Boy,
Sounds
was that
familiar.
movie bad, though. That was a really bad movie.
I really liked it.
Oh, man. It just is like so formulaic. I just was
I
like,
really, you know what? That's okay. I also really liked the Electric State, which had a really bad review.
oh, everybody's tearing that apart right now.
I liked it. I don't care what you
Somebody,
said.
yeah, somebody said that cost a ton of money to make.
I'm
too.
sure it did.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Number 1. The logo for this includes 20 teeth.
Aldi,
Go for it.
Florida Gators.
Wow, Aldi.
As a present.
I almost rang in. Dang
You almost had it?
Yeah.
So, Matt, you can tie Forrest with if you get the last one. Aldi, you can tie Forrest if you get the last one. Evan, Scott, and Lance are playing for
Yeah,
pride.
yeah.
We're playing for pride right now. Here we go. If anybody, if Scott, if you or Evan ring in and get it, you king make for Forrest. So
What are you gonna do?
Let's go.
Is this your with this? Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
No, I've won before.
Oh, you won before? Okay.
Hey, I got B-52s. You guys bust my balls once. Remember, because I used those.
yes.
Oh, that's right.
Won't
Clue
do
one.
that again.
Sometimes considered a trick. Number 2. Connected to Matthew McConaughey in 2008. Number 3. Sometimes connected to investment.
Got
Go for it.
Fool's Gold.
Fool's Gold
Woo!
is
Winner!
correct.
Okay,
Nice.
that's good.
Did you actually watch the Fool's Gold movie with starring Matthew McConaughey?
No, I didn't actually. As a matter of fact, I only vaguely recall that he was in a movie called that. So, but that is a thing to make Matthew McConaughey. And I was trying to think of bad movies he's been in because you would never say that about a movie. You'd never give that clue if it was one of his well-known movies, right? So,
Well, so
the investment one is the one that made me go, "Yep, it's got to be Fool's Gold," and a
Good job.
trick.
Good game.
Good game.
GG, as the kids say.
Got on the board with 2.
Yeah.
I got 3 or even 4 in one game one time. I was
Didn't
on
you win?
fire.
Didn't you win like a recent game?
I did, I think, with the time when I was traveling, when I was in a hotel room, and had just missed what's his face, the punter.
Chris,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Chris
Chris
Oh
Cooley.
yeah, I missed that one.
the ex-felon.
Yes.
It was a
It's not
misdemeanor.
it's not a felony. Yeah, yeah.
No, I know.
So, can we talk about Netflix now?
Yeah.
Wait. So how many is it? 10 and 5 each?
Yeah. No, 12.
12 and 5
Is it
each.
12? It's 12. Is it 12 clues, Lance? 12 puzzles?
Oh no, it's 15
Whatever.
total. So
Oh, it's 15.
Is that a
15
Smurf
and five.
shirt?
15 with six clues.
Is that a Smurf shirt, Forrest?
Oh, you better believe it.
Nice.
Picked that up at the Goodwill for 50 cents on half off day.
oh, Jesus.
By the way,
You showed them.
yeah.
What?
Like you can get a lot of good clothes on eBay.
Oh my god, yeah.
I've been searching for some shirts that I like. I like these, these Tommy Bahama shirts.
Wait, did I say
They're like-
eBay? I meant
They're like
Goodwill.
a quarter of the price of new.
What did you mean?
They're still good.
I meant Goodwill. Sorry, I didn't mean eBay. So that was just a brain slip. Yeah.
So I used to have a boss at US Bank. Oh no, he wasn't my boss. He was just another boss of the group. He was just a funny guy. God, I can't remember his name. I can picture him. I can't think of his name right now to save my life. But he loved Goodwill shopping. Like on the
Oh, it's the
weekends.
best.
Like he got up at 8 o'clock and he would hit every single Salvation Army, Goodwill, Savers, or whatever in town, and he'd go and just looking for stuff that he could eBay. That was his whole goal. And he used to like just tell me all kinds of stories about crazy stuff that he found that was worth a lot of money that he was able to sell. And then he would just live for bag sales where it was just like come in, and like they would have the the brown paper bags from grocery stores, and it was like, 15 bucks a bag. And like the first thing he said, whenever I get to I'm the first one in, and the first thing I do is I go over and I take all of the ties. Like he's like, because then when I get them home, I go through the ties, and there's almost always one or two of them in there that are like worth something. They're like silk or something like that, or they're a name brand, and I can sell those for a ton of money. And then the other ones, I just say, I go on eBay and I say, batch of 20 ties. And they always sell, and it's just like he would talk about all the money he made doing that. And then he talked about, and he said, he's like, if you can find, and it's really rare, but it's happened to be like a half a dozen times, if you can find old tidy whitey underwear, men's like Jockey or Hanes, that are still in a package and then he gets it. So it's still in the package. He said those things go for hundreds of dollars.
What?
He's like, yeah,
Wait,
he
what
would
is
just,
Wow.
he would just
Is
be
it?
like, yeah,
The original Hanes?
yeah, he was just be like, because somebody's grandfather passed away, and they would go through all the stuff, and they just donate it, and like he had bought packages of it at some point that he never opened. He's like that, and like whenever he'd find what he would call a Big Lebowski sweater, like the big giant sweater the Big Lebowski's walking around in the very beginning of the movie.
No.
Like he would call them Lebowski sweaters, and he would sell those for a ton of money too.
My
The guy
granny
just-
used to do that with me. We'd go to all the Goodwills. We'd go to those early, and then we'd go to garage sales the rest of the day because she ran one of the biggest garage sales in where we lived in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And like people would come from like hour plus away for her garage sales that she put on like twice a summer. And it was like and that's what she do. She just resell it before eBay. Yeah, there's a lot of money to be made on that. People don't know what they're getting rid of, and sometimes people just don't give a shit. Like, this box, I don't want to go through all these boxes. Just I haven't used it in 8 years. Just get rid of it.
I didn't get it. I mean, he just loved it. It was just
Well,
to the point where like his wife would get mad at him, like just like you got to stop doing this.
My grandpa would have sit downs of like, you need to stop spending so much on this, like because she would spend so much money on fucking gas because she would go out to all these just like, oh, there's an addition. It's only about 45 minutes away, but I'm sure it's a night. Yeah. She never went to got a public education past like third grade, but that woman knew how to fuck it. She knows how to wheel and deal all day.
Don't try to sneak one past grandma. She knows what it's worth.
She does.
All right, Netflix, your show.
So there's this 4-episode mini, or like a mini, I guess not a mini series, but it's a series of 4 episodes of a show called Adolescence.
Oh my god, I watched that.
Has anybody heard? You saw that the other day? It's amazing and also incredibly frightening and
sad,
dramatic and sad. Yeah, it's very interesting show. It's one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
That's not it though, right? Like more episodes are coming, right?
It's 4 episodes.
But more are coming,
It's
aren't
done.
they?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's done. It doesn't seem. You saw all 4?
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be more to it? I thought it was.
I feel like I want more, but
I feel like it was kind of resolved.
Huh.
Did you get? You didn't get? I mean, we can't
I
really.
did.
We can't really talk about it. I mean, it basically was over. I don't know if it needed more.
Hey, there's money.
Anyway,
there always needs to be more.
I mean, I'm not going to give any more than this, but
it's fantastic.
The premise is, and it's all 4 episodes are one take. Like
Adolescence.
The whole episode is one take.
What genre is it?
Drama, and it's a murder mystery.
Anything involving kids?
It is kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything? Okay. Yeah, my wife's out.
It's Adolescence. It's called Adolescence. Yeah, you should not watch it. Although I don't know, man.
My wife doesn't like anything with kids getting hurt.
Don't watch. Do not
ever.
watch it. No, do not watch it.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
holy
might watch
shit.
it myself.
The first episode was like truly frightening.
It's
Like
not true. It's not true story, is it?
It's based off true story.
Yeah, I probably can't watch it.
It is a story of a 13-year-old boy who gets accused of murder.
Right.
Yeah. It's awful. It's terrible.
Yeesh.
But I mean, it's so good. I couldn't stop
fascinating.
watching it. I basically just devoured all 4 hours in like one sitting. And it's all one take, and so it's so tense. Like the first scene, the first episode is just the tension of it is just.
Oh my goodness.
Do you feel it? Yeah, you felt it. Matt felt it.
Oh my god.
I mean, I felt like, holy shit, this happened. You know, like it hits you like hard.
Yeah. No,
Anyway.
it was very, very, very good.
Yeah. So I recommend it. It is not fun. Like it's not a like.
Oh, it sounds like a blast.
Yeah, but I mean, you have
Yeah,
to. I
that's
mean, it's
it.
just one of
Just-
those things that's worth you should watch though. I mean, because it's an
4
interesting
episodes.
story.
That's it. You're right. Fuck.
Yeah, basically it is it's such an interesting story, and it's like it's so modern. Like it's way more modern than anything I've ever seen before. Like a lot of modern things happening these days. 24.3 million views in 4 days on Netflix.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of viewers. Yeah.
It was quite.
The actor that plays the kid is like unreal.
Yeah.
He's really good.
It was the guy
It's
that plays the dad is.
Yeah, the dad is really. I mean, all the acting is like spot on.
Yeah.
It's like very. It's one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
What platform is it?
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. It's a British miniseries.
I had to put the subtitles on for a bit,
Same.
and I'm usually
Because there's a
quite
lot
good.
of there's a lot of lingo. Like I'm like, what?
I'm usually
Yeah.
quite good for that, but I'm like, oh, I got to put them on.
But anyway, it is about kids, and it is not a fun topic.
It's not, but it's also not like,
It's.
yeah,
I mean, it makes me fear for the youth of this country,
it really does.
of the world, I should say.
It really does.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a different time.
What did I see the other day? It's like with the whole like social media commenting on like cyberbullying through comments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was watching. It was like this motivational or just this speaker that would go around to schools to talk about the whole cyberbullying thing. And he's like, in my day, if I wanted to if I wanted to bully somebody like the way that people are being cyberbullied today, I would have to take a picture, go get 12 copies of it made, and hand them out to all these different people.
It probably happened.
Right.
Oh, I'm sure it did, but the amount of work was very. I'm sure the amount of work to do stuff like that.
Right. I didn't
was-
think about Matt enough to want to put the kind of effort in that would be required to gossip about him.
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that.
You bet. You're not. Well, you're not worth it, buddy.
That's what my mom told me every day. No.
Right. Your mom. Your adoptive mother was right.
My sister told me I was adopted. I never believed her.
There you go.
Um,
Not that there's. I feel like and I'm wired so different. I'm like, not that there's anything wrong with that. It was just a joke.
have you guys ever seen those? I remember the beating my mother gave me because my sister was adopted, and I remember like the spanking I got when I said, you're just adopted. Nobody loves you.
Hey, let's be explicitly clear. My youngest brother, we always used to joke that his last name is actually Rocamp, which were the people who lived next door to us. And we're like, oh yeah, mom and I had a fling with Tom and blah blah. We'd be ha ha ha, and he told a story. So that joke he's now 40. Let me think. He is 45 years old, I think, 47 years old. We are still doing this joke on him to the point that somebody tracked down Mr. Tom Rocamp, our former neighbor, and he sent a birthday card to my brother as if it was written to his long lost son. I mean, and by the way, they still live in the same house. They're still married happily, and we are, as families, actually still friends with each other's kids and stuff. So it's
that is fabulous.
right?
Nice.
That's like a 40-year running joke. We used to tell him he was adopted he was actually a Rocamp until he would cry.
That's what
What
one
a
of the
charming memory.
Oh, it's amazing memory. I think it's
That's a good one.
hysterical. Right.
one of the book series I read. It was like 11 books long so far, and there are some running jokes that go through all 11 books, and it's just gold every time it comes up, right? You
Mhm.
just love it. There's a you know who Timothy Oliphant is,
Yep.
and you know who who's the other guy?
That looks exactly like him from North
Yeah.
Dakota. Yep.
So Josh Duhamel,
Yep.
and apparently they were at a game together, like a sporting event together. Uh, it was all of Timothy's family, and Josh was there. So Josh subbed in, and Timothy took the picture, and Josh was like playing the dad in the whole family role.
Yep.
And that's the photo that Timothy Oliphant used for his Christmas card.
Yes, I saw this.
Yes.
And then to the point where at Timothy's parents' place, his brother was there one day, and the picture was the Christmas card was on the fridge, and 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 his mom says to his brother, I don't think Tim looks super great there. It's like, Mom, that's not Tim, right? Like that's not
Yes.
him.
100% true story. I
It's
saw them talk
hilarious.
about.
That
Yep.
guy, Timothy Oliphant and Conan have this secret sauce of chemistry when they are like in a interviewer interviewee relationship.
Mhm.
It's gold.
Yep. 100% true.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the story now.
Well, I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah. I found
In a TV show that my wife and I started watching it, so it's and I don't know if I don't know if it's all the episodes are revealed or not. I don't know, but on Apple TV, Bad Monkey with Vince Vaughn. And I'm judging from everybody like saying,
Oh yeah, no,
huh?
I watched the first episode. It's good.
So it is really good, and Vince Vaughn gets to be very Vince Vaughn, and like I mean, this isn't really many spoilers, but like, basically he lives in Florida and
Yeah, makes me homesick for Florida.
yeah, he lives in Florida and there's this scene where because there's like a development nearby and they have like fencing and this like baby deer gets its leg caught in the fence. And so he takes it to this veterinarian and then he's sitting there and he's like and then it's late. He's like it's like he must be the veterinarian must run it out like near out of his home or something. He's like, I'm closed. He's like, yeah, but this deer is really hurt. He's like, oh yeah, that leg looks pretty bad. It'll probably need to be amputated. And he's like, okay, so can you handle this then? He's like, well, is it a pet? And he's like, no, it was trapped in the thing's just bleeding like, like, and he's like, it's it was there, I mean, it needs help, and he's like, well, so it's from nature. He's like, yeah, so I suggest that you take it back and let nature take its course. And he's like, okay. You got kids? Yeah, I got two. Why? I'm just wondering how they're gonna love listening to this thing scream all night long until it finally dies when I leave it at your front step. He's like, just give me the goddamn deer. It's just so Vince Vaughn gets to, channel his wonderful Vince Vaughn. And it's got interchanging stories and
Michelle and I talked about watching it together, but we never got back to it. So I gotta
What was the name of it?
Bad Monkey. And there's a kind of a Big Lebowski feel to it because there's a narrator like kind of telling the story as it goes along that you don't see, and there's a murder mystery, and he's like a cop
he's like a ex-cop, right? A
no,
suspended.
he's been suspended, and so he's trying to get his job back, and so then he's got that going on, and there's a coroner that he's working with, and then there's a complete other guy that's like kind of just a beach bum, then and so there's just everybody's got a story and it's all swirling together, at the same. So it's just kind of like so far I think we've watched 2 or 3 episodes and it's very good. And I would recommend that one. And I started watching I mean, it was one of those things that I've been meaning to watch and meaning to watch and meaning to watch, and I finally didn't have anything else to watch, and so because I've heard nothing good about it, but I started watching True Detective season 4, and I mean I'm 2 episodes in, and it's only 6 episodes, and I'm just at this point I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I just like True Detective season 1 was like amazing. Season 2 was eh. Season 3 was better, and now season 4, I'm just like it's there's like you know how season 1 of True Detective had like a lot of like supernatural stuff, but it just hinted at supernatural stuff. It didn't really like do it like super hardcore or whatever. Like this one just seems to like really be diving into like sci-fi supernatural crap. And I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I mean, I'm in it. You know, let's try this out. But man, it just feels like it's all over the place right now. But who knows? Maybe it'll be amazing. I'll just keep it going. Anybody else watch anything? Anybody else got any grievances? Or am I the only me dealing with that jerk cop? I'm the only one.
Going pretty good.
Must be nice.
Nothing, right?
So-
Nothing coming to mind.
My playtester's a half hour late, so that's
Oh, that's a grievance.
mild grievance.
I know, mild grievance. I mean, you have a place tester making house calls.
Well, no, we're gonna go meet.
Oh,
Did
okay.
did I tell you guys about the money that mysteriously was deposited in my account? This is not a grievance.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Is that a scam?
No, it's actually pretty funny. So, for this new job I have, I'm in week 4. I bought a new laptop and some other things, and then I submitted reimbursement for it. And so I'm looking in my account and I see that there is a deposit for X amount of money. And I'm looking at it. It's just after 1 week of work, right? And I'm looking at it, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out what it is, right? Because, and among other things, it doesn't match anything I purchased, doesn't match any reimbursements or anything, until it dawns on me that it was a paycheck.
Oh,
That's
paychecks.
I haven't
Wow.
worked in 18 months, right? Because I've been retired. So I'm like, right. When you take a job and work, people give you money for that. I was baffled for about an hour. No lie. I was like,
Yeah.
going, no
Where did
idea.
it come from?
Well, I have no
We've
idea
all
what
been
this
there.
is.
Didn't recognize where is it? ADP didn't list on the
No,
deposit.
yeah, I knew it was for my company, but even there, I was probably 45 minutes. I have no idea what this could possibly be until it dawned on me that
How
That's
dumb
right.
did you feel though? Like when that movie, like, oh, duh, I work. Like, what-
right. There's a reason I have less free time to do, stuff.
Fun stuff.
I will say I'm really enjoying the gig.
Cool.
Really, it's some other time we'll talk about it when I'm not tired. But really happy with my choice so far.
nice.
So, and I get money. Who knew?
Right.
This feels like one of those how do you humble brag but not humble brag.
By the way-
I just got this pile of cash. I just had no idea. Just I mean I was just choking on the amount of money that was coming in.
My wallet fell on me and injured my leg.
I can't. I have to sit like this because my wallet's so full. Like it's just. I mean the troubles I have, guys. I mean, oh man,
There we go.
am I right? Am I right?
Am I right? I mean, you guys know this problem of having so much money.
That's like
Anyways.
there's this meme that I saw of like these three like office worker type people, and 2 of them are just laughing, and the other one's like, ah, and it's like, it's like it's just like one person is like, oh, I know, I mean, I should have sold because I didn't sell yesterday. I only made $28,000 on my futures instead of 35,000. I know, same for me. And the third person is like, how do I think thought balloon? How do I tell them that I've been adding water to my shampoo for the last week to make it last longer?
Water.
Right.
Dude, I tell you what, that first and second time when you add water, that stuff is the best. Like when you give it a good shake and it just,
Oh yeah.
oh, it's the best. That's my favorite hair wash of the whole thing.
For a moment there, I lost track of what we were talking about and was getting scared.
No, it's a solid option. It works. Damn it.
It does. You get yourself probably 4 to 6 more days easily.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on your hair length.
I'm gonna go agree with that statement.
Jesus, how much can you short-haired people get out of that? You get a lot. Wow.
I shave my head for charity every March. I didn't.
Oh,
this
I
year.
have so much hair that grows. Oh,
Right.
oh,
I shave my head, Evan. Hey,
oh, it's a
fuck you.
problem.
Am I right, guys? Am I right?
I have
Right.
to figure out what to do with it.
That wasn't a humble brag. Right. I just like getting rid of it because it's just such a hassle.
Well, I mean, did you know
Heavy
that?
is the head that wears the hair. You know.
Heavy is the
So pretty famously, have you ever seen the movie Syriana? It's a really good movie.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Really good.
slow burn. It's a
Wait, is
very
that the
slow
Ethan Hawke
burn.
one?
No, it's a George Clooney movie. When George Clooney took the role, they wanted him because he's basically playing an operative, a U.S. operative, undercover operative in basically the desert. You know, he's in the Middle East, and so they were like, well, you would shave your head. You know, you keep because it's so hot there. You know, you don't want to lot. And he refused to shave his head because he was worried it wouldn't grow back. He's like, he's like, I've got a good head of hair. If I shave it, this always he'd always like heard, like
That's not how it works.
I know, but that's famously why he wouldn't do it.
At a certain point, it is how it works, though, right? Like, there's going to come one time it's like, oh, shit, it's not growing back. I mean, right? Like, I mean, I'm not bald like Evan, but Evan, how did that work?
Well, it's like the old meme or whatever where, it's like there's a last time you'll do something, but you'll never know until, like the one that that always makes people sad is there was a time when you rode your bike over to your friend's house and you all ran outside to play and it was the last time you'd ever do it, but you didn't realize it was.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like,
Thanks for the downer.
yeah, it's a total downer. I mean, it's just, but that's life, man. Like,
I got a number for you. I introduced my 11-year-old to Die Hard, and he fucking loved it.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember when I showed that to my son too. He dug it big time.
I was worried it was going to be too slow at the beginning, but man, he was all in it. He wants to watch 2, 3, and now I'm like, oh yeah, let's go.
It
best part
goes down from there.
I like 4 was fine. I think 4 was serviceable.
The best part about those is when they don't even think about picking up their phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Scott has to go because Lincoln and Nikki are in town, so he's
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But yeah, that's one of those, it's again one of those, and they can like I remember like one time when I just needed background noise while I cooked, I threw Princess Bride on and like my son just got caught up in the movie. And I was like, oh, and he was like, can we watch this while I eat? I was like, yeah, because it's a good fucking movie. And so, it's just, and we can enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's fun when they, and I'm not Joe, what you would dig. I'm not Mr. Screens are horrible, that kind of thing. I mean, occasionally I'll say, put your phone away and get a book. Just for God's sakes, you've been on the couch for 2 hours just staring at TikTok. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's fun when they can disconnect from the computer they haven't had. I saw the funniest little comic strip too, where it shows this guy in front of like a 1950s computer, like the giant wall that's the computer, and he's like, "Just think, one day I'll be able to hold this in my hand while I take a shit."
Bruce Willis just turned, Die Hard. Bruce Willis just turned 70.
He's not doing well, right? Like, doesn't he have like a serious?
He got an illness, mental illness of some sort.
He has aphasia.
Yeah.
And
And yeah, I mean, the
I still think the best thing I've seen that related to that, Lance, is it was so simple. It was just a sign on a bathroom. You walk into the men's room and it says, "Remember, it's a bathroom, not an internet cafe."
yes.
Well, yeah.
I have many times walked into bathrooms and you've been in there where you're like you're dealing with somebody who um what who has the presence of mind? Like I've gotten phone calls and I don't I mean there's just no way on earth I'm answering while I'm in the bathroom. But there's people it's like, yeah, I know, okay.
yeah,
When
I
do
do
I
it all
gotta
the
pick
time,
up?
man. I love answering the bathroom.
Right.
I'm just like, dude, what the fuck, man? It's like,
Sure, I can pull out my laptop.
Wait, it
They're
makes
like,
it
"Wait a
more
minute."
entertaining for everyone if I'm on the phone in the bathroom. True or false? More entertaining for everyone pooping.
I don't know, man. There's a level there where I'm just like, that's just not a good idea.
You know?
One of the greatest pranks early in the career, went into the bathroom, had to do my business. Unbeknownst to me, one of the coworkers of mine got into the stall next to me first, and then he started rumbling the walls and making a big fuss, and then what he was doing this kind of thing, to make big noise. And then he would throw out lines like, "Oh, it must be my wife's cooking," and I never caught on that it was like, a buddy of mine saying these things. And so at first I respond like it's okay, whatever. And then pretty soon it's like, fourth time something just horrible comes emanating from his cube or his stall. I'm just going, what the, I just stopped talking and just got out of Dodge. They didn't tell me till like a day later that it was all just a big prank. So
What a funny prank.
okay, maybe it was if you were there, but
I wish I was in that bathroom with you.
in the stall.
I'd take a phone call and make it even better.
That's right.
No, you wouldn't believe the noises this guy's making next to me.
Right.
What? Just turn it
depends
around
on
on them.
You know what? It depends how many stalls there are. If there's more than 6 stalls, yeah, why not? They're not gonna know.
Hey, are all you guys going to be at Gen Con? Or like, what's the con that we're all going to be at?
I'll be there.
It'll be a Gen Con and Origins.
Evan's not going to go to Gen Con.
No.
Por qué?
I only get a limited amount, and
Because he heard you were gonna be there.
well,
and
that's
it's just
true.
kinda like,
That's true.
And you were there, and you were there.
I mean, I guess if you don't want to learn how to fly helicopters with Lance and I,
hey, that's a good
Actually,
time.
that actually does sound fun.
I'm going to BGG and Gen Con this year, and QsCon, but
I'll be at
I'm
Q-
doing
I'll be at QsCon.
Origins. I'll be at Origins. I'll be at Gen Con. I'll be at BGG Con. I think that's all we're hitting up.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody needs a room for Gen Con right now, me and my buddy Adam have a room at the Omni, which is like a 3-minute walk. And it's a king bed, but it's a larger room apparently. And we're from Indiana, so we can even bring up an air mattress. And yeah, so if you're interested, and it will literally be whatever the slice of the pie is, like face value kind of thing.
one of my favorite rooms that I stayed at Gen Con was at the Omni, and I was just staying with my friend Ryan. It was a 2-story room.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I've been in one of those before. Oh, with the giant balcony.
I don't know about
That's
the balcony,
cool.
but it had a circular staircase to go up to the top.
Yup.
It was so swanky.
I gotta be in one of their suites. A buddy of mine had one of those. Yeah, that was amazing. We had like that was that was with J.R. Honeycutt. He owes me like $100 or something for a night. Yeah, that's my one J.R. Honeycutt story. Was yeah. He stayed the night one night and then was like, yeah, I gotta go. It's like, oh, okay.
What's that guy doing now?
I don't know. I didn't unfriend him on Facebook just because like, this guy's already dealing with enough shit. I'll just keep you there. But I don't know. I see him post pictures every once in a while. He's got it. I mean, life goes on.
So, you know how I don't usually don't want to like talk shit about other board game publishers because it's just like we're all trying to do the best thing we can, and I'm not going to talk shit about one.
But I got to complain about Scott. Like
no, not at all.
Like, wait.
So I did have this, and it's not really a huge complaint or anything like that. But Dungeon Crawl Classics is an RPG thingamajobber, whatever. So this is I backed like a crowdfunder. They do it on BackerKit. I backed this. It's just a monster book. It's just a monster book, you know, just things to monster ideas and things to for your players to kill or whatever. So it took forever to come out, and then but I finally got it, and then they launched like that's Dungeon Denizens, and they launched Denizens 2 on BackerKit. So here, let me pull it up here real quick. This is one of those things where I was just kind of like, what? I mean, like, why would you? So let me share my screen here. Now the book is amazing, so I'm not crunching on the book at all. But all right, so this is just the update or whatever. But here are the pledge levels or whatever, and so I got the monster hide, you know, one, which is this one right here. And you can see this. It's like Dungeon Denizens 2, and it says Dungeon Denizens 2, Dungeon Crawl Classics Monster Hide Edition, print plus free PDF or whatever. And so, you know, okay, cool. And then, so I backed that or whatever. And then when I backed it, and this is my pledge, so you can't really see it. It kind of sucks, but because I can't see it. But one of the add-ons that it suggested was, oh, do you want this to Monster Hide foil upgrade to the book, right? And I was just like, huh. Monster High Pro, you know, and then I was like, wait a minute, I went back to my old one and I was like, you can kind of tell it's kind of shiny, you know? So I was like, did I get the foil upgrade for the first one? Because I mean, I would be annoyed if I didn't have a book that matched the other one. Because I mean, because of what it, you know, preying on my FOMO or whatever. And good for them. Good for them for doing it because that's yeah, because that's what they do. And so I saw this and I was like, but I couldn't tell because I went back to my old pledge and they were like, I didn't pay for any foil upgrade to it or anything like that. So I was like, well, this is kind of dumb and I couldn't figure it out. And I was looking at it and I was looking at it and I was looking at it. And I was like, man, I should like go and check, you know, what if anybody else has posted anything like this about um uh about this, whether or not like do I need to buy the foil whatever thing. So I gotta find the comment that somebody put in here. Yeah, here it is. Limited edition foil upgrade. So I click on this and it says, I have the reptile skin limited edition from the first Kickstarter. Do I need to purchase the foil upgrade for the limited edition? So this person asked the exact question that I wanted to know. This guy says that depends on your pledge level. If you pledge to the leatherback, you will match. If you back for the color cover, you need to get the upgrade add-on. Exactly as Cole said, to expand a bit, the Monster Hide foil editions will have texture the backers get to vote on later in the campaign. We intend to design the final cover so it aesthetically matches the Volume 1 design, although it won't be the exact same colors, if that makes sense. It's like, I added it to my pledge. It should be clearer than this. If you get the Monster Hide, you don't need the upgrade then. It should tell you that in the card. Yep, the upgrade is really just to give backers on the collection bundles more options, so they don't get stuck with a version they don't like. As long as it says Monster Hide in one place, that's what you're getting. So I don't have to do it. But this guy's exactly right. It's like, this should be clearer. There should be like something on there that says if you're getting this version of the book, you don't have to get this add-on. And then like 200 or so, 200 or so people or whatever have bought that $9 add-on, and I bet you a good 75% of them have purchased it without realizing they don't need it. And they're just taking their $9. And that's, I mean, yeah, it's a minor quibble. But I saw that and I was just kind of like,
Probably.
just explain it better.
Yeah.
You know? but they
Oh,
just don't
truth.
care.
Is
No.
it that they don't care? It's complicated, right? Because that's there are things that people have asked on my campaigns where you thought about it or you consider but you didn't kind of look at it from a certain slice or angle, right? Now it turns out I was that it's not negligent. It's not because I don't care. It's literally like there are 1,000 things to think about. I mean, it just gets hard, right?
Yeah. It is one of those things where it's well, and then you have situations where it's like, you have to just finally tell people we're never going to offer that. Quit asking. Just because
Yes.
or otherwise they will just continue to hammer on it and hammer on it and hammer on it and hammer on it. And you don't like being the person to come in there and say, we're not going to do this, but because you just hope they get the hint, or it's in the FAQ. So read the FAQ. Or what you do is you hope that another backer steps in and says they aren't doing that. So you're not the bad guy and telling the person to go away. But then when nobody does, you're just like, oh God. And eventually you have to step in and just say, I mean, a comment we've got a lot on Champions of Midgard. And I'm not saying I don't understand where they're coming from, but I'm also a bit flabbergasted. It's like people that have said, as you know, since this is the 10th anniversary edition, I've been playing Champions of Midgard for 10 years. I was one of the first people to buy the game. It's like you would think you'd want to give somebody like me who's been so loyal to the game a discount on this game, and it's just kind of like, what? It's like you bought the game and you've
had years of enjoyment,
and now it's like it's like, why don't I charge you $5 every time you play it since I've given you so much fun?
Right.
I or it's like like when I bought when I played Demon Souls, and then when the PlayStation 5 came out and they had Demon Souls remastered and I got that version, I didn't call up From Software and say, hey, I bought Demon Souls 6 years ago and played it, and
right.
I think you should be doing me a solid. Could
you should do me a solid
and give me a. I mean, I understand if you don't ask, they can't say no.
Right.
But it's also just kind of like,
Lance, I run an after school organization. Do you think you could donate? I got a list here. 4 or 5 titles would probably do, but we'll settle for 2 or 3. That's all you can do.
I actually got to have a meeting with somebody with Kickstarter, and not just some moron like that didn't have any answers, but somebody who was actually pretty high up. And I finally just said, I said, I regularly get, when we have a live campaign, I regularly get between 1 to 5 Kickstarter messages a day from people saying, you should use me to advertise your campaign or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like, and I hit that spam button and report every single one. I was like, but they just keep coming. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, does that do anything? Oh no, we get rid of them. I was like, I don't think you do, because it isn't like it's somebody with 1,700 different email addresses. It's like it's a Kickstarter account that says the board game advertising co. It's like, it isn't like somebody just like John Smith 4 contacting me asking me to do this. It's no, we take that very seriously. No, I don't think you do. I don't know why I asked the question if I wasn't going to believe him, but I mean, yeah.
I actually, oddly enough, I got an email from someone at Kickstarter.
All right, see you, Evan.
Later, Evan.
See you, Evan.
I got to roll here in the next couple of minutes too.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I got an email from someone on Kickstarter who had seen something or got notified of something I said in a video about because they tweaked the About Me section, so now it's like a separate tab on top. And like there was something they did that I was like, oh, that's super like anti-consumer friendly, like that's terrible. And they like reached out to me and like sent me like an email like, oh yeah, we saw your video, we heard about it, and just want to reassure you that was just a bug on our end, a glitch. We fixed it. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Something
That's
got
cool.
fixed that they didn't know about that was pretty shitty. It was like it was really hard to look at past projects of like creators. You had to know exactly where to click or something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, made my day when I read it. I was like, oh wow, cool.
When is your son's werewolf game gonna be on like PlayStation or whatever?
Ah, that one I don't know. It's yeah, right now it's Steam, Android, and Apple. So sorry. He's not getting paid for it, so
Mm,
you know, there's a problem. There's your problem.
There's your problem.
All right, gentlemen. I gotta sign off or else I'm
Yeah,
gonna
me
fall
too.
asleep in this
That's just gonna be me and Forrest talking. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
sorry.
we're gonna lose our minds without the steadying influence of somebody else.
the day I'm called a steadying influence. How dare you, sir?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Good night, all.
Good night,
Good
there,
night,
Matthew.
everyone.
Have a good one.
Take
Good
care,
night.
brother.
You too.
Brothers. What? So you've been chopping down all those weeds that are on those trees.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that wasn't. I do that a lot when I see big ones, but mostly it's now just working on the trail. Like I try and save like the really big trees because they're really easy to see, and it's like you can spot them. Like I've done it so much now, I could just take a machete, chop it, and come back to it later. But after doing it for like 2 years, it's a noticeable difference in the spots where I have gone through and like cleared because those weeds will grow for decades and decades and decades. So it's like they just get bigger and bigger. It's very therapeutic.
And so then when you chop it down, what about that poor weed? I mean, why are you killing the weed? You know,
No,
weeds don't
I
deserve to
use that for
live.
cover. I'm trying to position everything to like hide all the stuff that I'm making because I built a campsite before. Like I actually had a nice campsite with a fireplace. Then somebody found it and they opened up our tote that we had in there and drank our Mountain Dew and then did put the lid on the tote and ruined one of my Robert Heinlein novels. I was pretty pissed off, and so I was like, all right, we gotta hide this next campsite. We're gonna hide it in the woods. So like I've been creating like these massive piles of just debris and brush and all the stuff I was raking. I was very strategic of where I put everything. And every time like I'd find like a big stick, I'd like shove it into the ground upwards so more stuff would like grow on it. Like I've been watching like these bushcraft videos and like these Native American like videos like survival stuff and yeah, I'm really getting into it.
Uh, just I noticed that you actually did a Kickstarter critique of The Other Side of the Hill a year ago.
The Other Side of the Hill. What the hell?
That game that you was talking about that you said looked amazing or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one looks fun as heck. Well, off as a description.
So you did a video. It's got like 4 thumbs on Board Game Geek.
Oh, nice.
And then somebody, Frank Diedemann, commented, I have already backed the game, but it was based on a review. This video would not have won me over.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of distractors, but people, it's
same here. I backed because thanks to Stuka Joe. Yeah, and then just
well, it's also going to be a very specific group of people, like the 6 to 10 hour war game crowd, but not quite war game. But the thing is, that's my jam. Like when I looked at that board, it looked like Twilight Struggle times like 2.2, and I was like, oh, that's I love that sort of stuff.
Well, he was nice. He was nice enough to let you know that he didn't he wasn't gonna buy it because of you saying anything. So just what are you gonna do?
One of
What's
these
up
days I'm gonna go
there?
through
What's
all
up
my
there,
comments.
Barry?
Good morning, gents.
Hey,
How you doing?
good. How are you?
Yeah, yeah. Very good. It's springtime. And as you were talking to weeds, that was the therapeutic thing that I was been doing this weekend. It's like ripping them out the ground, saying, "You don't belong here."
So satisfying. It's like,
Oh yeah.
what am I gonna do with this spot now?
I'll plant a tree. Oh, I'll put a cucumber in there. Oh yeah. Nothing beats that. That sensation of power that you have. That kind of like how Elon Musk must feel.
I love pulling out the weeds when like even without a shovel. I love like trying to go to all the different angles and like slowly ripping out the sub weeds, like the whole process. You ever done it underwater?
No.
Oh, I've we got this little lake that there's like a little swimming area. I'll go out there and clear the seaweeds, and it's the same principle, but you're underwater. And I got this mask where it's just I can see through it, and it's like a snorkel mask, and it's so satisfying because those ones, oh, they'll because when you're doing it in the dirt, they're really hard to get out, but underwater it's pretty easy because it's just the
Oh yeah.
sand. It's just it's like on easy mode. It's
Yeah.
highly recommended. If you ever get the opportunity to go clear weeds in a lake.
Okay. Yeah. I watered my strawberries section last night. I got like probably about 8 to 10 meter squared section of strawberries, and all the weeds are starting to grow. So I watered it. So today, this morning, I'll be going out there, and those weeds will be easier to rip out. And some of them have got really like deep roots. They're really profound. So it's like, yeah, give it good old water because it's been dry as a bone here. I've got crevices in my garden where the soil is so dry. But someone should make a board game about that. Ripping weeds out. Agricola doesn't do that. Viticulture does not do that. It's something about.
I will be right back, gentlemen. One second.
We've
Well, I'm
brought
doing
into
it out in
death.
the woods too. So like when I get to like some really long weeds, like the stuff that grows all the way up to the trees,
Yeah.
like I'm saving those and using those as like little chunks of rope and tying stuff together and like really trying to like experiment with it because it's the where I'm at is just like a chunk of woods, like a very small chunk of woods. Like I could walk from the front to the back in like 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
for my kids,
It's an adventure.
it is every time.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's like that here as well. There's little chunks of woods, protected little areas in between the farmland and the vineyards. So it's like, oh yeah, let's go for a walk through there. And then it's like 10 minutes later, as you said, oh, let's go back. Let's get back through it. But yeah, lovely. Ah.
Anything major on your end? Anything big coming up?
Oh, possibly Lance is buggered off. But hopefully there's going to be a stretch goal for Champions of Midgar,
Oh,
which will
audio?
involve, yeah,
Nice.
hopefully. And then that's something big for me to do this year.
Have
Making
you worked
Viking.
with Gray Fox before on anything like this?
No, not at
Well,
all.
how many companies have you worked for and done like audio tracks? Like,
Monolith, Serious Pulp, Bombaics, Lucky Duck, many, many times. There's another one. Can't think of their names. Holy Grail. I think there's a couple more.
like between 5 and 10, then six,
Yeah,
7, 8.
yeah,
That range?
about 5 and 10 companies. Some of the jobs have been really small. Like something I've been able to knock up in 2 days. But some of it's like 6 months work.
Now, how many other people are doing stuff like this? Do you know? Because I've talked to like some other people of like niche stuff in the hobby, and they
Yeah.
they know each other. Do you know the other people like doing this sort of thing?
No,
Hmm.
no.
Do you know of them?
There's a few, yeah. Where I mean, oh God, there was a guy who did some stuff for Call Me or Not for their games, and I got with his soundtracks, which were really good. But no, I that's the thing. After COVID, that's it. The gaming world changed for me. I've been, not been going out much. I've not been going to conventions. Probably about two, but then I work at those two, so I don't get to, explore as a customer and go to stands and talk to people and, find out things like I used to do. And that's
Now, is
how I
that a
used
you
to.
thing or is that a
Hmm?
France thing? Is that a you thing or a France thing? Just out of
That's a
curiosity.
that's a me thing, I think. I really need a tissue.
I get that though. I go out a lot less now too. It's just I don't know. It's just as like I realized how great being at home was. It's like they spent 2 years like trying to make my house like the greatest I could, so I don't have to leave. And now it's like, yeah, I don't need to go out and spend $70. I could just, I got a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice to go out and socialize and bump into faces that you haven't seen for a while, and it's great when they remember you. When they're like a publisher says, "Oh yeah, I remember you did that for us and that video," and "Oh yeah, did you like that game that we gave you?" And it's like, yeah, that's wonderful. And then to catch up and find out how they're doing and what they're working on, that's always a pleasure. But yeah, I don't feel the need to go out, but I should do, I think. Try and find more work, dig up more contacts and get some more projects.
Eh,
Um,
you got other stuff you're working on. I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna be there, right? Like in theory, the work will be there.
the work will be there, but the thing is, there's always that thing of other people are going to jump in and start doing it as well. It's a bit like YouTubing, remember? And there was like about 10 people that did board game videos, and then all
Yeah,
of a sudden I was like number 11. Oh, not that I was number 11, but I'm using that as like a kind of
I get you.
yeah. And then all of a sudden there's 50,000 and it's like, well, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, there's like 50,000, and now there's 50,000, but they're like 45,000 of them are different.
Yeah.
That number's probably yeah.
Yeah.
I did a video once about that. I don't think I ever posted it where I looked at like some of the most popular. I think it was some of those popular games from like 5 years ago, just to see if the content creators were still making content about the hottest games, and
Yeah.
it was just staggering. It was like 60% ish, if I recall correctly, just hadn't made anything in months and months and months. It was just like they were just done.
Yeah. I'm not done. I just other things are in the way.
Oh yeah, life's life, man.
Yeah. So I mean I'm still doing videos. Come on, how do you do this shit? Bloody TV's not working.
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home dad, so it's like Bowers Game Quarters totally on the back burner. It's like, right. Honestly, now I just experiment more than anything for when like she goes to preschool, and it's like, all right, now I got a full time like, because my wife is like, you can, as long as you do the stay-at-home dad thing, I'm making enough money that you can stay at home and we can try to make this work. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of where I've been as well since COVID as well. I've been the stay-at-home dad.
it's great. I love it personally. I only have
Yeah.
one kid at home, which helps. I had two kids being a stay at home when two kids during COVID, that was way worse. But one, no problem.
No, that was the best time. That was the bonding time with the family. That was, I got to see my wife as the young girl that I met before getting married.
So I have a question for you.
Go on.
How large is the land that you live on, would you say? Because my experience was like the opposite. Like we were so cooped up that it was it was so rough at some points. Like we just
Okay.
wanted to get out of everything.
I think I'm just guessing here because I've got not attached to my property here. I've got another bit of land which is just behind my neighbor's house, which is my vegetable plot, which is 300 square meters. And I'm presuming that this is about that as well. So this is about 300 square meters with a garden and a garage and
Oh yeah. See, so I think that would go outside, like find an adventure, go. What do you want to do? Like, yeah,
yeah.
because we'd send them out to the garage and stuff, and it's just like our house was so tight that like our kids always ended up fighting. Like they just
Yeah.
ugh.
The other benefit is about 5 minutes walk from my house is open farmland and vineyard. So we could go out there and there'd be nobody around.
Nice.
Yeah. So there was no problems of feeling cooped up, I don't think. But yeah, for a lot of people in apartments and stuff, that must have been murder. That I would have gone crazy.
Oh yeah.
Claustrophobia. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you had like 3, 4 kids and like a 2 bed. Yeah, I could have. Somebody's always got it worse.
Yeah, precisely. Oh, just looking at your copy of Rampage, and my friend bought me a copy this year for my birthday. But he didn't
great.
bought me. He scooped it up. Oh,
I still secretly hold out hope that Antoine's one day just going to release an expansion just for funsies, because it's like I see the board. It's like, oh, you could totally add to this board. Like this could get bigger. Like it's
Yeah.
just one of these days we'll see. Well, Terror from Meeple City 15th anniversary edition.
that would be good. I need to
Have
do
you
a video about it.
have you seen this? The Catan soccer.
No.
Yeah, I just picked this up. My kids have been getting into Catan big time, and it's
Oh, wow.
yeah, it actually adds like a dexterity element, I guess, where you gotta flick on a soccer field. And it's interesting.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'll be introducing Catan to my 7-year-old soon. I taught him Agricola. He picked that up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that should be no problem. He's picking up Agricola.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 9 and 11-year-old have been really big on Catan this last week. Like I've been going through all my stuff to like all my games because the reason why I have that up there specifically is I want to make my backdrop just the stupidest backdrop ever. That's nothing but like IP games. So it's like Dilbert, Game of Thrones, Uncharted. Like I want to have nothing but like, does this guy like original? Like I want it to be the stupidest wall ever, pretty much. But but I also started to go through like collecting games that like just stuff that's like mass market stuff where this is something I should be making content on because I see that these videos consistently just keep churning views.
I remember a long time ago you picked up a copy of Trump, the board game.
Oh yeah, set on. Yeah, that was a weird video.
Yeah. Where was I going to go? I was thinking the same way you were saying that. Yeah. My 7-year-old, he loves playing games, but it's always like the big ones. So Zombicide, Hero Escape. So you got to like spend like 20 minutes setting up the board.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing all night. It's just because if you try and set it up with my kids there, it's just like nope, they're gone. He doesn't give a shit. It's like I try and teach the rules while I'm setting it up, and that never works.
I wish he would like some small card games, something that I can just get out and go, hey.
Yeah, you want to learn no thanks, bud? The box looks so fun.
Yeah. It is a good game, but it's like you need more people. I don't think you play with 2.
No.
I swear I typed Hi Kabuki. I did. I typed Hi Kabuki. Yeah. That board game is famously sucky.
Which one? Catan?
No, Trump.
Oh yeah. It actually has some interesting ideas, but yeah, the game was trash. Like it was just not a fun game.
No.
Nice components though.
Did I miss initials?
You did. I won. I won for the second time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I look forward to making. Yeah, but I look forward to making it. But I'll take it.
I did manage to catch you all talking about watching Die Hard earlier.
Yeah, I did this thing with my son where whenever we go up to this little camper we got by the lake, I'm going to download 3 movies. They're going to be 3 movies I love. Like it was like, all right, you're old enough. Like, which one of these 3 you want to watch? And then we're going to start doing like 3 movies that I've never seen, but are like supposed to be all-time greats.
Yeah,
he's excited to just spend time together because he's getting older, and it's weird. Like he's getting to be close to being a teenager now. I think he's actually 12. He's not even 11. Shit, he's 12. And it's just he's turning into a young man, like a teenager. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is uh
Well, hopefully that can continue, and it's not like the cut off, which teenagers sometimes do. They're like, all of a sudden, no, my parents don't understand me. I'm not talking to them anymore.
yeah, we'll see. Like I don't know. All right, the age gap of my kids is gonna be weird because we have a two, she's gonna be 3 next month, and then
Yeah.
12 and 9. So it's just
Well, I've got an 18-year-old and a 7-year-old, so there's a big 10-year gap
yeah.
between those.
If I just had 2, it wouldn't be so bad because they're not fighting for resources or attention or anything. It's the middle child that just fucks up everything.
Yeah, they don't know where they sit.
And he's to the age now where he wants like 3-year-old, 2-year-old affection, but he also wants the 11, 12-year-old like privileges. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
when can I watch Die Hard? It's like, well, when you're older. It's like, yeah, I know bad language.
Yeah, I get away with that here because most of my films are in English. And so like all the swearing, they can watch anything because when they go to school, you know, they don't get told off for saying fuck or shit. Because if they say, oh, the cow in French, they get told off. It's weird.
Hmm.
Different mentality of language, not mentality, but you know, the meaning.
So what's your country looking like politically now? Like because you guys had an election last year,
Last year,
right?
yeah. I still don't understand what happened. I
Which way to
thought
go?
I thought Macron lost, but then the right won, but then two left sides joined together to get my majority, and then they were going to, yeah.
Wow. That sounds
But we still got Macron.
so, and that's it. Wow. That so how pissed were people? That seems like
I
is
don't
that
know.
a
I don't.
typical thing that people be like, all right, we're merging together to like to push this person like
Yeah,
huh.
yeah. Germany did it as well. Um, when was their election? No, their election was not too long ago as well. Germany did it. There was three sides that joined together.
Yeah, they
And
have
then the Prime Minister of Germany, he did something to one side of the party, and they totally dropped out, and so they had a minority, and so they had to have another election. I think yeah, they had to have another election. But yeah, that's possible when you have more than two parties.
it's fascinating. Yeah, because I know in Germany we were actually talking about that a couple weeks ago because they have 3 essentially quote unquote Republican right wing parties or whatever that are all just different levels of that.
Hmm.
I still think I'd like that better than this. I mean, it's still better than 2, but man, yeah, I never thought about that. Like being able to just combine your vote, like, huh?
Yeah, but again, you can only combine it if it's like a certain height, you know. You know, if you have 10 votes and the other party has 1,500, you can't combine your 10 votes with
Well,
theirs just to push them ahead of someone
yeah.
else. But yeah. Again, England has the same kind of thing. There's lots of parties. There's not just your Labour and your Tories. There's the Green Party, the SPD. There's the Darth Buckethead Party as well. That's always got me. The Raging Loony Party.
Yeah, you open the door past 2 or 3, you get a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. I still think it's good for I mean, well, what do you think? Would you rather have a 2-party system? I can't imagine you're going to say yes.
No.
Yeah, I feel like anything is better than 2.
Yeah, because if your mum doesn't agree with you and your dad doesn't agree with you, what do you do?
Yeah. Oh yeah, trust me.
Do
I've
you,
seen so many broken families where it's like, oh, cool, politics, neat, neat.
yeah, yeah. That's why, you know, it's good to have, you know, friends, other family. You know, because if your mum and dad don't want you living at home, you need to live somewhere else, or it's you just have to bite the bullet and live with one of them. And
Or
that's what you're doing.
or you could move to the West Coast and become homeless. That's a very popular move in the United States.
It's weird. I thought everyone would move to Florida, to the East Coast.
I think it's too moist down there.
It is moist.
Too many alligators. I actually have a fucking horror story of an alligator that there was an alligator I saw when I was taking a crap in Florida. We were driving to Florida, me and my mom, when I was like 12 to go to Disney World. And we parked in like this church parking lot for some reason. I remember pooping outside, like no exaggeration, no clue why. I'm pretty sure it was just I had to poop, like or I was gonna poop in the car kind of thing. And I saw an alligator and I flipped the fuck out and ran back to the car and dragged poop all along the way and hopped in the car. Terrifying.
Yeah.
And my mom, I mean, she's like, "No, I think that was just a dog," but no, I swear to God, it was an alligator. But
yeah,
yeah.
my one experience in Florida is we were walking to a restaurant from our hotel, which was a good, half an hour walk because it was like one building, big open lot, one building, big open lot, and then you got like a 6-lane road separating the two streets. And then we were walking to the restaurant, and it was like this thing come out of the bush, and it was a turtle or whatever it is, a tortoise, but it was like a meter high. It had like a big old shell. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it would be homeless near that thing.
No, and it was like, okay, it's right in the middle of the path. Let's cross the road. Let's take our chances with the traffic. Because the speed it was moving as well, I was like, God, we're never going to get to the restaurant. I'm hungry. Yeah, humid. That's my memory of Florida. And then going into the swimming pool and then getting out the swimming pool because the sky would go black and lightning would flash. And then 10 minutes later, going back into the swimming pool. And then 10 minutes later, getting out the swimming pool because the sky would go black and they would. Yeah. What's the point of a swimming pool?
I don't know. What is the point of a swimming pool?
Another form of exercise.
Way to stay clean.
Oh, yeah. Well, it depends if the swimming pool's clean, doesn't it?
It's in a pinch, you can use it as your urinal.
Yep.
As people do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to clarify to anyone who got excited about the new Catan expansion, soccer having a dexterity element. It does not. Apparently, just looks like it has a dexterity element. This ball, you do not flick; you just roll it, and it gives you a success or fail. That sucks.
No. Well, you don't need to roll it. You could flick it. There you go, dexterity.
No, it says in the rules, it's like, oh, we got you this cool soccer field you can use. It's like, oh, neat. We got you little standees you can set it up for. It's like, oh, that's neat. It's like, oh, you don't need to use that though. You can just flick it like a coin. Oh, cool. Thanks. Fuck off. You just ruined the theme for me.
Jeez.
So, Forrest, did you by any chance happen to see? Have you seen the Do you even do the Kickstarter critique stuff anymore, or have you just kind of given that up?
No, I just did one yesterday.
For some reason I haven't. Did you do a Kickstarter critique for the new God, I can't talk. The new Manhattan Project game from Frostbite. Atomic Empire.
I saw it was only like 50, 60, 70,000 bucks, at least when I was looking at it, but no.
It's 100,000 Canadian, 100,000. It just went over 100K, I guess. Was the I backed it as a because they have the I backed it to get the original expansion.
The
for the original
box
one. What's it called?
That never got released, did it?
It like they got it to the people that backed it. So because of the fact that they, didn't. But I mean, and this is, I hope they do great or whatever. Energy Empire, which is a great game, mind you. And if you want a really great game, I would strongly suggest going and backing this.
Still mine. Great game.
It's a fantastic game. But did you look at the Kickstarter page?
No, I didn't. I didn't check it.
You should. I want you to just look at it. I want you to tell me what you think just by looking at it. What you think?
Okay.
I see your Kickstarter's going well, Lance. Love the components.
Thank you for saying so. Are you looking at it now?
I'm getting there. Oh, they put a fucking video. Is that right? What is this? I've covered 2 in the last week that haven't done a video. It's like, why are we regressing, people? I understand that people are going to say, oh, look at the percentages of people who visit the page and watch the video. But still, you just don't have one. Like, it's just, I feel like you're leaving money on the table. And I also would love to know what percentage of people don't watch the video. Is that based on the IP or the number of times you visited? Like, if you visited the page 4 times over the course of the whole campaign and you watched the video once, does that count as 25% viewed, or does that count as 100% viewed because your IP watched it? Either way, I'm gonna continue on. Just, this is the 3rd project that I've looked at this week that doesn't have a video, and it's just, I don't get why. Like, just a personal touch. Put up your fucking iPhone and just say, hey, I loved Energy Empire. I thought it was fantastic. I reached out to Luke Laurie and I wanted to anything. Okay. Sorry, off the soapbox.
No, that's reasonable. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to be setting up Kickstarter and I'm selling these watches. What do they look like? Well, you'll see them later once I get to the stretch goal.
I said it, I think, really well yesterday. I was like, this is a really great project. If I spend, 6 to 12 minutes finding all the information that I need about your project, but I shouldn't fucking be required to spend that 6 to 12 minutes to find out all this good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that just feels, you're not special. There's 100 other games on Kickstarter right now. 7.7 on BGG. So yeah, I mean, anytime you just put the BGG numbers, I don't think that's great. I think putting a ranking helps a little bit. I really like it. I think it's a fantastic game. Wow, that's a shit quote from Z. I mean,
yeah,
don't put
generic.
that on Z. Yeah, it's
generic.
It's fluff. The greatest worker placement game of all time gets even better. Now that's great superfluous fluff, I suppose. Like, that's the creme de la creme.
The thing I found from people taking quotes from me is, like, I say all this wonderful stuff about the game, but then they just take like this 1 4-worded sentence with the keywords fantastic or super. Yep. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Put the
matter.
dot, and then add another quote later where you get in the meat, just a little bit.
Yeah.
From the designers of Andromeda's Edge, Wiz War. That's nice. That's a great thing to know.
Yeah, you're talking about a recession, people not putting videos on their Kickstarters. Do you think that's a sign of they don't trust video game reviewers anymore? People are a bit dubious.
I wasn't talking about content creators. I'm just talking about a main video period talking about your game.
Yeah, true.
Like I understand, even if you don't have content creators, like, that's fine. Like, you just, a gameplay video, I think, is fine. Even if it's like a tabletop simulator, anything. Like, when I see you don't have a game, $72 Canadian. Thanks for not converting the currency. Much love. I always go to the community tab and I see 882 backers from the United States, followed by Canada at second with 157. Thanks. Just feels lazy. Like, you should know that the majority of the people who are going to back this probably would prefer to not have to just guesstimate the price. Plus fulfillment, plus applicable VAT. So shipping, okay. I mean, the design's nice.
So, I mean, did you see, like, the game board design and stuff?
I don't like how small the text is. It looks very tiny on a lot of stuff for no reason. That might be my iPad. It looks I liked the art. I don't know if I necessarily like the graphic design choices.
No.
Yeah, it looks
just
so
that,
tiny.
I mean, it's like, and the game board looks like it's like, hey, here's a spreadsheet. You know, and I'm like, oh.
Powering up pledge limit. Oh, they actually have just this straight up expansion. Like it's not like we reprinted it. It's like, hey, we have the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we have a scan. We have several hundred of these, and if you want it, you can get the old one. You know, so it's like,
Thanks for converting the currency on the fucking expansion, but not for your game. Like, why? What? Like, someone had the great idea to convert the currency on the expansion, but not. That feels like they just forgot.
so if you and again, it's one of those things where whenever you go to backers and you ask, and again, I hope the game is amazing.
It's
and
50
if
bucks.
you're looking for a really good game, it's a really, really good game.
And it's a good price. $50 is not bad at all. Man.
But they went to I guess my understanding is that they went to the backers and sent out a survey saying, hey, we want to know what you would like to do, because people have been saying we really want the engraved dice. Like, we want engravings on the dice instead of like just having flat edges on the dice, because theoretically the art could wear out and engraved dice just look nicer. And they said, can you just switch some of the stretch goals? Could you take out this stretch goal and move that? Well, I mean, they're not going to do that, because stretch goals are picked for the pricing that it costs to get to those levels and whatever. But it sounds like if you go to the most recent update, they went to talk to everybody, where it was like in campaign update 9, they went to talk to everybody and they said, hey, we got a bunch of feedback and we're not going to do anything you asked for. And I don't say that to be mean, but it's just like you never ask, like, you massage what happens when they get it back, where it's like, you know, it's like, we are not able to please everyone on these counts, but we have certainly considered all the options that have been suggested to us. We thought about it and said no. I mean, it's just, there's just nothing. It's just no good can come. If you can't do the thing you know that people are going to ask for, then don't ask them. It's something that if you ever run, if anybody out there ever runs a Kickstarter campaign, never ask. If you, because you know what people want, because they not only have been seeing comments, they've been getting Kickstarter messages, they've been getting emails, they've been getting contacted saying you should do this. You know what people are going to ask for, or have a pretty good idea. And if there's like almost no chance you're going to do that for them, then you don't ask. You don't ask, because it's like, hey, give me your feedback. There's nothing worse in the world than saying, hey, I want your feedback on this. Well, here's my feedback. Yeah, I'm not listening to that. It's like, well, then why did you ask me in the first place then? I don't know. I mean, it's just, Energy Empire is a great game. It really is. It's one of my few, like that's a game I'll keep forever, just because it's that good.
I actually want to give them some credit. Later on, they regurgitate the same quote from Z Garcia, but this time they did put the ... to add extra awesome information. So it's such a tight package. I think you got to go check this one out. ... A very excellent game. Cool. Now I know it's a tight package.
And then there's this.
But they got a Jason Levine one. You know, he does that segment, Every Game is Awesome, where they like support, like they go back and revisit games that are older games and say, oh, this game's spectacular. It literally is just nothing but them kissing the game's ass. And the best quote they got was, I liked it a lot. I think it's a great game. That's it. That's the quote. Like, what? Yeah, like, and the organization of some of this, yeah, and they paid money for videos. Like, they use a lot of the older videos too. Like, it's a mix of good and bad. But
so, and then one of the things is like, so they start off by saying, we aren't about add-ons. After much deliberation, we have come to a decision where we sit with potential add-ons and suggested stretch goal rearrangement. we are very appreciative of the backers the time to give us feedback on these topics. We are not able. Firstly, we are going to keep the next stretch goal as is. It's like we have come to the decision of where we sit on this. Firstly, we're not going to do what you want. Secondly, they say a minority of supporters voiced that they would like to be able to purchase our first game, Manhattan Project War Machine. And so we're going to do that. We're going to let you buy it as an add-on. Just like
War Machine? What? What?
Just like so the first one is, you wanted this, we can't give it to you. Now a very small number of you asked if you could buy this game as an add-on. And it was just kind of like, and we've decided, yes, for that very, very small minority of people, we're going to make them happy. And then it was like, and we'll give them the ability to give us some more money. And then finally, we're going to pass on adding a pack for more deluxe tokens. And so we're also not going to do this other thing that you want either. But we are going to let you buy another game from us. I'm like, what a... I was just like, I would like, just never ask.
I want to take back what I said about they did convert the currencies. They just didn't the first time. Their shipping area is really nice. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff on here. Like it.
Oh no, it's a good. It's well put together.
The graphic design is great. Like,
I can't stress it enough. If the answer, if what you think is going to be the answer isn't something you can do, you don't ask the question, because it just leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth, in my opinion.
Like,
but I could be wrong.
Kids to go to Disney.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
And again, I didn't know you could change the stretch goals. I have a memory of talking to a company, and they said that, once the stretch goals are done, you can't adjust them with Kickstarter.
Yeah, no, but good for them. I think they'll hit their 2,000 backers. That'll allow them to have their engraved dice anyway, though. They've got their final 48 push coming, which will be big. It's always big. So good luck to them. Godspeed. Plus, it's a really good game. I have not heard much good. I mean, and again, what do I know? I mean, as far as games go, but no, I mean, the games I like, are what do I know? They're definitely a whole bunch of what do I know as far as games I like, but that release, Manhattan Project War Machine, it did not go over great.
It's rated 10,700, so it is way more misses than hits there. If you're creeping towards 11,000, that means you either don't have a great game or your rule booklet's shit most of the time.
And
especially with the Kickstarter buzz.
And that game has engraved dice. That's what makes me go, what? I see somebody's trying to offload their copy for $16.
Well, the designer has two other games. One of them is ranked 12,000, one of them ranks 5,500. So he's still looking for that gem. And I wonder if they're just selling older copies of. I wonder if they're just selling the stuff that didn't send.
Well, of course it is. That's
after the backers. Yeah, we'll resell you this. How much is it, I wonder? What's the add-on price?
They're asking for like $50 Canadian, so like $35 or something,
At least they're not gouging. It's like, yeah, $80 to get the deluxe. Yeah, at least they're not.
They're emptying their stock, aren't they? That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I don't want to say that. I just want to read some of the comments they said about War Machine. Now, I have not played the game. I don't know anything about it. I'm just going to read user comments. The Manhattan Project name carried a lot of passion and creativity under James Matthey. After playing this game, I felt a sense of dread. It's a testament to how your creations can be commercialized and slapped onto subpar products that are simply awful. Next comment. Honestly, this game just banks on the Manhattan Project name. The dice placement isn't interesting and doesn't offer interesting decisions. The engine building is fine, but again, it doesn't offer any interesting decisions. I'm very disappointed.
What can you say?
Not bad at all, but kind of unmemorable. Most
Yeah.
common rating is a 6.
Yeah. It's got a couple nines. It's got a 10. Yeah, there you go. So I mean, not everybody hates it. Way too much downtime. The follow mechanic seems like it should keep you occupied during other people's turn, but really it's just a long stretch of I get one resource, I get one resource, I get one resource.
Ooh.
Okay, now my turn. Well, I'll take forever to figure out how to sequence my actions because I'm probably a resource or two short. Not really a worker placement since there's no space now. Really could have been a take an action per turn like Pandemic. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I when I saw it, I was like, oh, cool. I'd like to try that out. And then everybody I know was like, it's a game. That's what I heard a lot. It's a game. So I don't know. What are you gonna
Man,
do?
I kind of want to back this now just for that solo expansion.
Which one?
The Energy Empire.
Well,
I don't need another solo expansion. I won't play.
but you'll think about playing it a lot.
I will think about playing it. Not a lot, but definitely.
Well, nobody. I mean, Barry's here, but I was just gonna say I got you for us now. But I mean, thoughts on the John Cena heel turn?
The John Cena the turn, well, when he turned evil.
Yeah, when he went bad.
I haven't seen anything since that. So
Go watch. He finally came out on. He was in Brussels.
Was it like 25 minutes? I haven't watched it yet. I watched.
Oh, you haven't? Oh
really
my
long.
gosh. He came out. Pull it up on your old YouTube.
I'm gonna do it when I watch the dishes next.
Yeah. He came out and like it was like to start off Raw, Monday Night Raw. It's like the crowd's already hot. Like as soon as they hear that ding, ding they hear the sign, bah, 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 it's just the crowd's like cheering, and then immediately goes full on boo. It's just
wow.
Like, and they're just screaming at him.
John Cena sucks. Okay.
Yeah, and then as soon as John Cena sucks.
Oh my God.
John Cena sucks. Yeah, just
Peacemaker 2 season 2 is gonna be.
I want to see him release another rap album. Let's see that on his tour. The first rap album was great.
And then he came out, and then like they wouldn't even let him talk. Like he was like they were like yelling, "Fuck you, Cena! Fuck you, Cena!" Like they wouldn't let him talk. So he just dropped the mic, started to leave. They booed even louder, so he walked back and he got back in, and then he tried to talk, and they wouldn't let him talk again. I mean, it was nuclear level heat.
That's awesome.
They just
so glad they didn't do the safe thing.
And then he finally got a chance to talk, and he just said, it's like, he basically the classic heel. All I did was give you everything, and you just wanted more. And no matter where, and then when I was being everything that you wanted me to be, like he said, all of you were, just told me how much I sucked. Always, it's like, the classic, I don't owe the fans anything. You guys you're the reason I did it, this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, no, it was quite the moment. Go watch it. Real good. It's all on YouTube, or you can watch it on Netflix or whatever, but yeah.
I mean, what kind of effect does that have psychologically on you? One minute you're on top of the world and people are loving you and asking you for autographs and stuff like that, and all of a sudden
he gets the game. He understands it.
Yeah, I imagine he's talked to some other ones like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a real shit show once you make this heel turn here. I'm sure he had that talk a long time. Yeah,
but not everybody can handle it. You might have the exterior that looks like you can handle it,
Oh, he's
Well,
a
here's-
robot, man. He wakes up at like 6 a.m. I've listened to like he is incredibly wired tight. Like
Right.
I don't think he yeah.
he will. No, I think it's one of those things where he knows that the money's there and how he's going to make his money and everything like that, but also he understands that he will, because
Have a
with
turnaround.
every good heel turn
Yeah.
has a glorious moment of redemption. And it'll be, and if anything, he knows, because he's an actor. I mean, like, he went and learned how to be an actor, and he's a really, really good actor.
He is good. I agree.
And like, he will. I think my prediction is that he cheats and he beats Cody for his 17th championship, and then he runs out the string for the rest of the year, and there has to be some moment of, like, major redemption, like something's gonna happen to Cody or something, where, like, where, like, The Rock or whoever else, and then he'll have his, like, he'll have the big change where he finally.
No, just get Cody off the screen. Can we be done with Cody for a while after he loses? Just get Cody the fuck out. Put him upper mid card. Give him the secondary belt. Let him tinker with that. I'm just getting so sick of his damn story. Let's. There's so many other interesting people to focus on now. I don't need the son
Who's
of a
more
plumber.
interesting to you than?
I think CM Punk, Drew McIntyre is a lot more interesting. I think the
Are
Wyatt.
they ever going to let Drew McIntyre win? That's the thing that sucks
He
about that.
did win. He won. He won at WrestleMania.
No, he didn't.
That was so beautiful. Like,
Drew McIntyre is like one of the best. Like, just flat out. I mean, that guy looks like he could murder people.
Yeah, but he didn't used to. That's all work, man. Like, he's one of the most impressive wrestlers I think out today, just based on what he used to be. Like, his body, his microphone skills, everything. Like,
his Twitter game is just like the best. If you ever follow him on social, like,
I gotta follow him.
Oh no, he like, go back and, like, like when CM Punk would say anything, and he would just be like, back when, like, his social media game is exemplary. But he I mean, and the Claymore legitimately looks like it kills people.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it just. I am 6'5" or 6'6" or whatever he is, and I'm 325 pounds of muscle. I'm going to run at you as fast as I can. I'm going to leap in the air and kick you with both feet in your face. And just, yeah, it is.
He's grown on me a lot. I didn't used to like him, and now I like him a lot.
I mean, when I was hoping back in the day, that I was like, why can't you take, like, Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, and Drew McIntyre and just put them together as, like, just the three biggest badass heels like, call them, like, the Lone Wolves or something, which is a dumb name because there's three of them, but just call them something, and they just go out and murder people, just like, and just beat people senseless, and don't take any,
I tell
just.
my kids that all the time. That's my favorite angle is always when there's just a group of people just beating everyone up. And I wish they would just have the guts to let them start doing intergender beat ups. Just like, how shocking would that be the first time?
You can't though. You can't.
Yeah, you can't if there's one woman. You gotta have one woman in it.
Yeah, I don't know. You just can't. You can't do it.
It would make it work so much better. I mean, you got to have the woman do it though. I think it would land so well the first time you did.
That's what with Rhea Ripley and what's his face, and when they were all the heels, and they were and Dominic, Dirty Dom, who, that guy, all he has to do is just walk out and people hate him. They hate him immediately.
Got nuclear heat.
He he shows up and breathes. They're willing to, people are willing to murder him for nothing. He was
Again-
he was nothing forever, and now he's just.
You know how they're going to turn him, right? You know how
How-
to do it. There's an easy answer. Logan Paul. That's how you turn Dom.
Well, and talk about a guy who can wrestle, Logan. Holy
Dude,
shit.
he's amazing. He gets it too. He doesn't just know the moves, he gets it. And it's like, oh, dude, I love the fact that you trying to tell a story. Like I was pointing out little stuff he was doing to my kids and like the elimination chamber. I was like, oh, that's really good. I was like, oh, that's smart. Like I love watching
Oh
Logan
no!
Paul.
After the John Cena promo, all I just sat there. I was just like, and then of course Cody comes out to face him, and I was just like, oh, I want that. I want the WrestleMania match like yesterday. I want to see Big Match John just go at it, and I bet Rock will have to interfere in some way to get him the belt, and
I
then
just hope there's no redemption arc. I hope you're wrong.
Oh, there has to be.
There
Because
doesn't have to be. What if John Cena just says, fuck it, I'm not doing it.
You don't
I'm going
retire
out
a
a Stone
heel.
Cold heel.
You don't retire a heel. It just doesn't happen like that.
Break
Well,
a Wish Foundation. Did you see
it'll what?
I heard that the WWE licenses the trademark for Break a Wish. I was like, oh my god, is that how he's gonna Break a Wish? Would be amazing. Like if he just leaned into it so hard, just shattered the image he's been working on for 20 years.
They'll do something where The Rock will say, it's like it's like, just remember, I'm the reason why you have that belt. I'm the reason why, he'll and then he'll grind on Cena till finally he snaps, and then they'll have Rock versus Cena one last time.
I'm getting kind of sick of The Rock. I'm not gonna like CM Punk kind of crushed it for me, where it's like, yeah, I'm sick of your fake little thing here. Like, yeah. I'm getting like, and I can't believe I'm saying it. I grew up with The Rock. I love The Rock. I'm like, all right.
Well, see, but he did that because what's going to happen is The Rock's going to just have CM Punk beaten down. You know what I mean? It'll be like, oh, you're sick of me, huh? Okay, well, I'll just have you beaten within an inch of your life. I mean, just because I run the company, and now you suck and you're done. No,
The Rock
I mean,
can't act though. That's the thing. He can't. John Cena can act. The Rock can't act.
Barry, I'm gonna guess you've never seen Rampage.
I've seen Rampage.
Well, then you and I have a strong difference in opinion.
Oscar worthy, I believe.
It was. Let's just say it wasn't that memorable. I was expecting it to be memorable.
I don't remember much about it.
I just remember the evil woman got eaten by the monkey at the end.
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
Yeah, and he was doing his kind of like Jurassic Park kind of hero lead thing. Oh, I love animals. Oh God. Yeah, I'm fed up of The Rock. Although he can sing quite good. My kids are always going around the house going, "You're welcome."
Moana 2 is good as well. I really enjoyed Moana 2.
I haven't seen that.
Me and my son got to see it in 4D, where the movie theater like shook and they had music, the water and everything. And it was really cool.
Maybe you should just stick to voiceovers.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. John Cena, good actor.
I just remember the Rock when he came back as like the final, when he first started doing the final boss stuff, man, that was it was great.
During the Bloodline.
When he came, well, no, and he came, I am the final boss, and like he would come out just screaming, I am the motherfucking final boss, just like, get the fuck out of my ring.
Did he ever turn arc as well, The Rock? I don't know. Did he go evil?
Yeah, he was the corporate.
Rock is very evil now.
Oh, he's now evil. I know that. But did he
went
have
back in the day? He was the corporate champion. Yeah, he was the corporate.
He was the corporate. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So he's never had an evil arc, and now.
Well, he was also the Nation of Domination. That was, I don't know if that's evil, but
yeah, he was briefly in the Nation of Domination. Yeah, no, like I said, it's just like
You all the nice
CM Punk also, I mean, he's I don't know.
Oh, you slandering some Punk. We're gonna have some fighting words. I love everything he's doing right now. I just, maybe I'm just a fanboy, but I'm loving it.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be good. It'll be fine. It'll be exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not real.
And
It'll be
yeah,
exciting.
no, wrestling, everything's real except for the outcome.
Yeah.
Injuries are well, not all the injuries are real. But
No,
many are.
sometimes when they slap him, it's just like, I know you're pulling that back there. There's no force.
Yeah, not when you're watching Gunther. That's why I like watching him slap the shit out of people.
Yeah, no, it's it is a I mean wrestling is got a lot of slow I mean the mid card stuff is kind of like who cares and it's I'm not it's just
The
do
wealth of riches at
something.
top, though. Like a
What?
wealth of riches at top with,
Oh
just
yeah.
in the last 4 years, Cody coming back, CM Punk coming back, Drew McIntyre coming to his own, like fucking what's his nuts, Logan Paul being like legitimately like in a down period, he could be a heel champion that could carry the company, but they just don't need him to right now. They're like, yeah, we don't need to put a belt on you, you know. Like they have so many people they could slot into the 1A, 1B, 1C. You're like, yeah, I could see that. That's why they don't. This is why I don't want them to just keep coming back to Cody. It's like you got a lot of people to churn that people actually care about. I feel like, and Cody and The Rock, it's just I just feel like this is going on for too long.
They'll ditch it eventually.
I want the youth movement. I want the Gunther Braun Breaker. Just do it.
Gunther is fun. I'll say that. He but and he needs a nice long run with the belt.
I think he's gonna get yeeted. I hope he doesn't, but I think he's gonna get yeeted.
Nah, I think this is because they can't have both well, I mean I think they gotta have two heels on the top. I think that's just what they'll end up doing. So
I hope so. I hope you're right. Because I want a nice long reign. Like he could carry that whole company for like he could be everything. I think he could be the marquee. As long as you got a good face. I'm curious to see what's going to happen when he turns good. Like how that's going to look because I saw a little bit in NXT. He's got a decent sense of humor. Like I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with him over the next year.
I don't think he could ever be a good guy, honestly.
It's hard. Yeah, it'd be hard to pull off what he's trying to do. Yeah, but he's got to do something different eventually. Like, I don't know.
Theoretically,
good problem to have. Good fucking problem to have.
He does just seem like he is so that's another guy that I could kill you. Just like I could slap the side of your face and you wouldn't wake up for a week. That's he's pretty legitimate as far as but anyway. Well, she Kabuki's like, this is the longest discussion of the night. Well, yeah, because it's Forrest and I. We finally get a chance to talk about the stuff.
Well, it's Barry here too. I mean, don't forget.
Well, Barry's mentioning a few things here and there, but all right. Well, we should probably call it an evening. But I was just gonna say, does anybody have anything crazy going on? Do either of you have a grievance to share or anything like that before we?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a grievance. I have a weight of guilt on me.
Like the name of that segment.
Yeah, because a couple of weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, we were going to eat, and there was the discussion of what we're going to eat. And then it turned out that what we were going to eat was crepes, pancakes. So that evening, I was like, oh, crepes again. Holy crap. And to make the crepes, we have like this portable I say pancake maker. But it needs an extension cord. And the only extension cord that we got, which is long enough, is downstairs in my cellar. So I was like, why didn't you go and get it, wife? She said, no, I'm not going down there to get it. Well, oh, no crepes then. No pancakes. And then in the end, I had to cave because my daughter had made the batter mix. That was all ready. And then they started laying the tables and putting the chocolate and the peanut butter out. So I went downstairs, got the extension cord, which I was using for something else down in the cellar. And instead of closing the trap, I left it open because I thought, well, it's 8 o'clock at night. Nobody's going to walk past this part of the house at this time. And we're only going to need this cable for 20 minutes. And once it's finished, I put it back. And I don't want to lift up the trap. It's quite a heavy door.
Oh, no, the guilt's coming.
Yep. So, yeah, sat down. Wife's making the pancakes. And I'm sat watching... I think we weren't watching Die Hard. I thought we were watching Die Hard. I can't remember what we were watching. But I was watching something, and then my daughter runs out of the room. She doesn't come back. And then there's this weird cry sound. And I'm like, the everything just drops in my head. My gut drops down past my testicles. And so my wife screams, and we all jump up and we all run to where she is. She fell down the trap. The trap's got some steps going down to the cellar. Obviously, a very interesting conversation. But yeah, she's on the other side of the trap. She didn't switch the light on. She presumed that the trap was there. She walked on the step, lost her balance, and then she took a chunk of her, not below the thigh, just below her knee, a bit of chunk of skin off there, big chunk. And she'd passed out. And so I have that weight of guilt on me because.
So here's the real question.
Yeah.
Have you ordered a second extension cord?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
the guilt was worth it, right? Like at least the lesson was learned.
No, man. The thing is, that if I get into details, my wife bought another 5-meter long extension cord, and then we got into an argument about it because she said, "Oh, this one is purely for the pancake maker." And I said, well, the one that I have is used to do the extension for the lawnmower, so I can cut the grass. It's used for the pancake maker, and it's also used for the ventilator, which is in the cellar. I said, well, I need to use it for the cut the grass as well. And my wife was not having it. It's like, well, I'll have to go downstairs and get the other one to cut the grass with that, so someone's going to fall down the hole again. So I need to go and get a third extension lead. Hopefully, I only really need a 2-meter lead, or I could get an electrician in to get a. Oh dear, he's gone. But yeah.
Did Lance bounce again? Oh yeah. Well, that's been this week's Alaboom, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a good time. We'll be back here next week. Talk about some stupid crap. Hopefully Lance won't talk to me about wrestling. Just for you. Have a good one. Nice to see you, Barry.
Nice to see you, Forrest. Oh, he's back.
I lost internet for a moment.
Oh, that's
I was
right.
like, what is that noise? And I got up to go check on it. And then I came back and my My internet was down. So anyway,
Oh well.
oh well indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well, it's
sorry
good
I
to see
missed.
you.
It was good to see you, brother. Everybody be good and decent. And yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Micro electrical cut.
No, I was looking at my cable modem and like all the lights are on except for the connectivity light was just off. You know, which you know,
Bizarre.
just probably some spike somewhere in the system or whatever.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with me. But then it came back. But regardless, everybody get some sleep, be good, be decent, and we'll talk soon.